Hey there, thanks for signing in. Welcome to the Picnic Table Ant Chat. We start in half an hour after a bit of feeding in the multi-species tank. See you there. Good evening, everybody. I will be here with the interview at 9 p.m. UK time. But if you're here, just send me a little message. I am here to chat away whilst we wait and enjoy a little bit of feeding. I'll see you soon. I am currently just working on getting the quality sorted out. My internet is lagging so bad right now, but I'll turn everything else off and hopefully it should go a bit better, a bit smoother, and you'll be able to see what's actually happening. But if you can't see it right now, there's about 1 million ants. Nah, not 1 million, but there's a lot of ants coming out and eating those waxworms. I'll see you soon. And I want to say a massive welcome to our Twitch fans today for signing in and joining us, which is really nice. We don't normally get a big community from Twitch. We normally just have our YouTube community. So it's really nice to have both of you here. Welcome, and I shall be here soon to chat to you properly. Has anyone ever noticed they can hear a cough in the background then? In the very back of the music? Yeah, I need to re-record this apparently. Hey there guys and girls, only 15 minutes left of this feeding before the interview starts. See you there. Right, now can you hear me? Whoa. Hold on. I apologise for that, everyone. We've had technical issues all over the place. 1 second whilst I sort this out. Oh dear. And there I was. I've been talking for ages and I didn't even know that you couldn't hear me. I apologise for that. Is there an echo? Is the stream working now? Can you hear me? Right, echo. Right, 2 seconds. I'm working on that next. Wow, is that better? I'm hoping that's better. If not, a little bit slow behind. No, it's no better. Everything's good. Right, some of you are saying there's no echo. Some of you are saying there is an echo. Right, you can only hear me. That's absolutely fine. Right, Wacky Ant-Man, if you're there, say hello. I think we're going to have issues tonight with this. Right, that might work. Not sure why it's not working, to be honest. It's been an absolute nightmare. Just give me 30 seconds and enjoy the feed-in, I suppose. I could always put some music back on. Here we go. Mess with that. Right, honestly, this is just being an absolute nightmare tonight, isn't it? Right, so I'm here. Who got to see my video on Saturday, yesterday? What did you think? The honeypots were pretty cool, weren't they? Really cool. We're just trying a few things in the background here to try and get Wacky Ant-Man on the screen or on the microphone. Sorry, we're not going on screen for now. What an absolute nightmare. I do apologise for this, everybody, for signing in, who's absolutely brilliant, signing in yet again. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. All right, we'll try this again. Hello, Wacky Ant-Man. Are you there, buddy?
Hello.
Ah, there we go. We have sound.
Hey!
That's brilliant. Right, give me 2 seconds now. So if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself whilst I'm just getting everything back set up and ready.
Sure. I'm Wacky Ant-Man. I have a small YouTube channel. I've only kept ants in 2021 and now 2022. I was inspired to start ant keeping by Ants Canada which now is quite disliked by the ant keeping community. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say.
Yeah, no, that's all right, buddy. I'll ask the questions from here on. Don't worry. But thank you very much for coming on. It's just going to be a quick interview. We're going to go on to about just gone past. I'll give you a bit of extra time because we've had these technical issues, obviously. Hello, everybody, for signing in. Anson Sitter is here. KB Ants has just signed on. We've obviously got Wacky Outman. We've got Lexi, Dino. Who else is here? David Crouch. I'm just going back. We've got loads of people in the chat. Hello, everyone. Mark. We've got people coming in on Twitch as well. So hello them. Welcome, everyone. Let's begin the interview. So you said that you got into ants through Ants Canada. That's pretty much standard these days. Most people do get in that way. Do you still watch his videos? What are your kind of views on him now without going into too much detail or slagging him off in any way?
Well, from his recent videos, I've began to quite dislike him, and if you were to like him, it's quite an unpopular opinion in the community.
Yeah, I kind of understand that. I don't watch his videos currently because I've just gone off of the kind of drama and the style of it. But I don't dislike him. I always say I'd much rather speak to him and get him involved with the community again, because I'm sure if he heard our views, he might even agree with some of it. It's all about education and communication. In my opinion.
To be honest, I did enjoy his videos, but now he's just kind of gone a bit boring.
Okay. I actually haven't watched them lately. I've seen the thumbnails that he thinks he's found another ant colony. I think that's probably the third time he said that now, which is fair enough, if he has, but I don't know. I've lost a bit of faith in it.
Yeah, people have gone a bit crazy after his video about trying to merge those colonies together.
Yeah, I did a little review on that. Obviously, I didn't dig into him too much. I just kind of said I wouldn't do it. It is a little bit not the done thing to do in the ant keeping community, but he is what he is. He does what he does.
But he's getting a new house or something. So I'm quite looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think he's had his ant house built as such. I don't know much about it because again, I'm not really watching the videos. But yeah, he has had an ant house built, and it is going to be cool. I wish I could do that. That's the dream for anyone, really, is to get a whole house built around your ants. Yeah, but the thing I like about Ants Canada really is he draws lots of people into the ant keeping community, even if it is through his over dramatization. Most people come in through Ants Canada.
Yeah, he is quite a big influencer on ant keeping.
Yeah, a massive. There's no one bigger. I think the next one down is probably Lights Camera Ants, who has I don't know how many views.
Oh, let's not talk about him.
Yeah. Let's not get into, because I don't speak bad about anyone on my chats. You know that, so we're not here to talk about that.
I came across one of Lights Camera Ants TikToks, and it was him picking up his atta queen from the colony.
I saw that. Again, it's not something I would do, but some ant keepers do handle their ants. I don't know. I saw an ant the other day, and I did think, oh, that would be cool to have, or just walk over my hand. But it was just a worker. I always think queens are just too sensitive. You just, don't mess with a queen. But that's just my personal view. That's my experience. Everyone does things differently, don't they?
Yeah, I guess if you have a big colony and you just randomly pick up a worker, I think it's fine. But not exactly. It's not okay picking up the queen.
Yeah, that's pretty much my opinion. Yeah,
especially a leaf cutter queen.
Yeah, so expensive and so sensitive, and
So
just
rare.
crazy. Yeah, really. Yeah, it kind of blew my mind a bit. But again, I just said to him, I commented on it, and I said, let's get in communication, join our community so we can talk about this sort of stuff. Because I'd rather talk about things than just point fingers and have a go at someone.
But what I hate the most is people in the comments trying to say how it's wrong, then you just got these other people which are saying how lights, camera, ants, for example, is always right, and like how he's got
Yeah,
more like
it's a
followers
very
than you or
divided
something.
subject. Like, yeah, it's a very divided subject. I don't think followers should be like come into it. Everyone's got like, you know, that shouldn't matter. Everyone's got an opinion and different knowledge. That's the bit that matters, in my, you know, to me. Um, I think, yeah, it's just too divided. It's one of those subjects you're either for it or you're against it on a lot of it. So I don't know. Let's not get into it. Um, what ant colonies do you currently have?
I have Myrmica rubra, Myrmica rugonodes,
Nice.
Camponotus japonicus, Camponotus maculatus, which are very expensive.
Nice.
Camponotus cruentatus. Oh, I'm trying to think. Camponotus nicobarensis. My favourites.
Yeah, brilliant ants, Nicobarensis. So many people I've seen are trying to get hold of them at the minute.
And Lasius flavus.
Oh, you've got Flavus. I really want Flavus. I've got a queen, and she had her first workers, and then they kind of died without eating. So I don't think they fed her, and yeah, I don't think she's got like enough stores to have another batch. You know,
I've got
going
4 queens in total, 2 in
Yeah.
each, two in different test tubes, but none of them have nanitics yet
Oh, okay.
because they flew really late here. They flew in
Yeah.
like middle September.
Okay. Are you UK based or are you in another country?
Yeah, I'm in England.
Okay, nice. Same as myself. So you've got quite a few different colonies actually. Have you got multiple of each species, or do you just have those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colonies? Is it?
I have 2 nicobarensis,
Okay.
2 japonicus, and yeah.
So quite a few ants.
Yeah, but I have Mesa barbarus as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So
3
what's
colonies
your?
of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
it's a bit stupid. I kind of went on a rampage.
It's not stupid because I've got like 11 colonies of Lasius niger or something. Like,
Whoa.
if you like them, you like them. Yeah, I know. That's a little bit crazy, isn't it? But it's, like, I like them. Like,
I mean, if there's a nuptial flight and you go a bit overboard, I don't blame you.
Yeah, that was kind of it. I just went a bit nuts, and I had to stop myself in the end because I would have got so many more. Oh dear. But I love it. I do love it. What's your largest colony out of all of those?
Ooh.
Was it
Myrmica
Unicos?
rugonodes.
Oh, your Ruganotis. That's really cool. So have you had them long?
I've had them since September or August. I can't remember.
So not that long, really. Just a few months.
Now, I bought them like it was like 50 workers, so I haven't raised them completely.
No, that's still really good, you know.
They got to around like 200 workers, but they had a massive die off before hibernation.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that like they do have die-offs, and then they come back stronger with that species. I might be wrong, but that is quite a normal thing.
I think it's just the older generations dying off.
Yeah, which obviously happens. I've got a lot of my colonies going through that at the moment, actually.
I brought the Ruganotis out of hibernation last week.
Yeah. Are you finding that they are waking up early? Because most of my colonies has already started waking up. Apart from like all the ones I've got in the controlled environment are still asleep, but all the ones that were in like a cooling box have started to like show signs of waking up, and loads that were on the shelves that obviously went into diapause and I didn't heat, they are all waking up now, or really awake, you know. So have you found the same?
I think that if they've had like 3 or more months in hibernation, I think they just start to like automatically just wake up. I don't think it like in captivity, I don't think it matters what time of year it is, as long as they've had enough, like long enough in hibernation.
Yeah. I mean, when they're ready, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
one of them things.
Because when I checked up on my Rugonodus, when they were in the fridge at like 7 degrees, they were already like quite active.
Yeah. That's what I was finding. Like they were already out and looking for food. Like a couple of them were, and inside the nest they weren't just huddled together. They were,
Yeah.
up and about, doing their thing. Which, like I say, I think with these changing environment, you have to be ready for a little bit of change in the ants as well, because they're so sensitive to their environment.
Yeah.
So, have you had any good and or bad stories that you want to share? Have you or even anything funny? Have you dropped a test tube and done some ninja action and caught it, or anything
I've
you want
had
to share?
some very stupid experiences.
Oh, go on. That could be brilliant.
So my old Nicobrantis colony, which I got from the ant lady.
Yeah.
Well, I had them and I fed them, and they gassed themselves basically. It's quite stupid of me because I didn't realize it because I was a little noob, and then they just died.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's more of a sad.
It's more sad than funny, but yeah, I mean, we all make silly mistakes, especially when we're starting. I still make mistakes now, especially with my big clumsy hands. Like I've got big fingers basically, and they're not good for doing little twiddly things. Although you won't tell because in my videos I always do things quite smoothly, but oh no, I use tweezers for a reason. One thing I always struggle with is the test tubes. When they're in test tubes, like I say, they roll about and they're just. I've learned always stick your test tubes down with blue tack or something.
Yeah.
They roll. You need to be a ninja to catch it. That's why I said that I actually managed to roll one once, and I did some ninja action and caught it before it hit the ground, and it was all fine. They were a little bit shook up, but Lacey is Niger, so they're not too worried. They'll survive. And yeah, it was just one of those experiences that you just your heart goes in your mouth. You're like, oh my god. Yeah, I remember that.
If the test
I've
tube
got
rolls,
loads of funny stories.
It's like if the test tube rolls, it's like the world turning upside down for the ants. It's like it must be pretty scary for them.
Yeah. It can't be great for them, It can't be great. Even if you stuck to the floor, your floor's getting flipped. It would suck. Lexi has just said you need the test tube rings from Pormore. I'm sure I will have a look at them at some point actually, because I'll go out a little secret now. I'm going to put an order in from Pormore in the next month or two and get some of their stock in, so I can have a little look, a little play with some different equipment. And their interview showed off some amazing stock that they've got in, and the opportunity to customize stuff is just, it blows my mind really. I like that idea, if you know what I mean. I think that what's the word for it? It adds that extra element to it. Like if you want an extra port or something like that, or the inside slightly changed, they're happy to do that. I'd really like that about a company. Really like it. It's not just a standard, there you go, bugger off sort of thing. So what? Go on. Say what were you going to say?
So I had a pretty stupid experience today with my Cretatus actually.
Right,
so
go on.
I went to remove some old mealworm from their test tube, and the queen, I didn't realise, but she latched onto the tongs. So when I pulled them out with the old mealworm, I realised that there was a queen attached. And then she just did a backflip off the tweezers and ran, abandoning her worker and the brood.
Yeah.
The worker's pretty stupid and didn't realise until the queen came running back in the panicking. Workers are so stupid sometimes.
Yeah. That's quite funny, actually. So we've got a couple more questions. If anyone in the chat has any more questions, please do chuck them in now before we move on to the next participant. Have you got a favourite species or a dream species that you wish to keep?
Oh, dream species. I have quite a few. I
Yeah,
have
so do I.
I have Polyrachus dive. I know they're not
Yeah,
exactly a dream species, but I really want them.
yeah. Obviously,
But their
those are
setup
the
can be
ones on the
quite
screen right
expensive.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they
Uh,
can be. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't too expensive to set up. The most expensive part of it was the tank itself because it's quite a large tank.
yeah. I have. Oh, I have no idea how to say this. I'm just gonna put it in the stream chat.
Yeah,
The honeypot
you do
ants.
that, no problem. Okay, yeah, yeah. The actual honeypot ants.
Yeah, like the ones from America.
Oh wow, absolutely awesome. Now there's a couple of different species, so I'll let you. Oh yeah, Mexicanus.
Yeah.
I've put it up on the screen so everyone can have a little read of that as well and can see it.
I don't have a clue how to say that
So
genus
yeah, they
name.
are an absolutely awesome species.
And they're really expensive and they die like randomly, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, yeah. So sensitive and, like you say, easy to kill off by accident. So I didn't go with them. I went with the the European species, just because they're a bit easier, especially in Europe. Yeah,
I feel like they're less sold, the European ones. I've never seen them for sale.
yeah, yeah. I think they are less. Yeah, they're harder to find. I got those from the ant lady.
Oh yeah, I think I saw them
Yeah,
on her
she's
website, but they were out of stock.
yeah, yeah. I think she is getting them in again. Actually, I think she will be. Um,
She
so
she
is
also
there
has a
anything that you
turtle.
struggle with in ant keeping hobby? Oh, sorry,
Um,
go on.
struggle with probably like being very like really gentle when I don't know, cleaning the outward or something in the answer there. You don't want to accidentally like crush
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Yeah, I always struggle with cleaning out. It's like one thing I absolutely hate doing is trying to clean, but that's just because I hate cleaning. In general, I just hate cleaning. I just duh, 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 duh. Sorry, my it
I
is
don't
still
have any.
running, isn't it?
I don't have
Yes,
any
it is
species
still
which are
fine.
like escape
I've got two
artists.
screens in front of me. One, do you not? So I've got several which are becoming a bit of a nightmare. Obviously, the Polyrachus dives can be a bit of a nightmare sometimes, but I've kind of got them in a good environment and it's controlled when they do escape. But it's not too much of an issue.
Yeah, we don't have any crazy like escape artists. But let's say you had like Tetramorium bicar
Yeah,
I can't say it. Yeah,
yeah,
the inbreeding ones. If you had them, they're probably gonna escape all the time, especially when you like open it outward to feed them or clean it.
yeah, yeah. So I had a Monomorium subupacum at one point, and I thought they were going to be an issue, but they actually died, which was
Oh,
really like yeah, it was a shame because I was really excited about having like this awesome colony that inbreeds and just goes nuts, and but it didn't happen. Something went wrong. Wrong environment. They just didn't take to it and slowly died out. The queens actually died before the workers. I think it was like 3 queens or something, and yeah, it sucked.
oh, queens dying before workers. That's quite
Yeah, I
uncommon, I
hate it.
guess.
Like, yeah, but it's one of them things. Oh well. But
Normally, the
right, so
workers going out one by one, and then
yeah, it is normally, and then the queen normally drops off at the very end.
yeah,
Yeah. But so right, last question. Have you got any message to the other ant keepers in the community? Something you want to pass on? Any advice? Any words of wisdom?
Don't check on your ants too much, because if you do, then
Yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah.
much a disaster. Especially for like sensitive species and species which don't like vibration or light.
Yeah, 100%. That is one golden rule. One thing I always try and do myself is if I've just got a queen on her own, I won't even look at her for like 2 months, because even if she has got workers, you can get away with it for at least a week or so before you need to feed them. Like, there's no need to check on them every week or even every 2 weeks.
Yeah, when I
Like,
get a new
you
colony,
know,
I set myself a timetable, like when to check on them or feed them,
yeah, yeah,
like
that's it.
once
I
a
mean,
week or
but
like once every 2 weeks.
yeah, perfect. I mean, I don't even look into the test tubes. If the ants are in test tubes, I try and like just leave them wrapped up as much as possible. I prefer tubs and tubes set up for that reason, so I don't even have to touch the test tube at all.
Yeah, I know for like beginners it can be really difficult not to check on your ants a lot, but it's worth it. It's worth not
Yeah,
checking on them.
yeah, definitely. We've just got a question come through from Lexi. Um, Couple of different questions actually. So we'll go to the first one first. Do you have any goals when it comes to ant keeping?
Uh, Not really. Just kind of go with the flow, I guess.
No, no. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's probably the best way to be honest. Just enjoy the hobby as it comes. Um, do you have any other hobbies or interests besides ant keeping?
Yeah. Uh, my other hobby is like plants, I guess. Don't know what you'd call it as a hobby, but
Okay.
I like plants. I have a few.
Yeah, there is a word for it. I do know it. I cannot think of it though. No, it's gone. It's gone. But there is a word for it. No, it's gone. What would you like to see more of in the ant keeping community? Last question.
Uh, More of like people taking risks and like learning from their mistakes, because ant keeping is about trial and error. And if you make mistakes, you can always learn from them.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, definitely. Thank you, Ant. Horticulturalist. That's what the name is for someone who likes plants.
Oh, I guess I'm a horticulturalist then.
There you go, buddy. You are. Um, yeah, have fun with that one. But right, I'm going to let you say goodbye to the community then, and you're more than welcome to come back a little bit later when we have a bit of an open mic night after 10 p.m.
Yeah, I might.
You're entirely welcome to. Yeah, but if you want to say goodbye to everyone for now, and I shall move on to the next interview.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for having me. Bye.
No, thank you for joining us, buddy. Thank you for joining us, and I do apologise for the technical issues at the
Yeah,
start.
it's all fine. Goodbye.
Cool. Right, see you later, buddy. Right, hang on. There we go. We'll do that one, that one, that one. Hang on, I want to remove this one. No, I don't. That's annoying, isn't it? I don't want that one on screen.
Which one? I can come off camera.
Hello, Jason. How are you, buddy?
How you doing, Tom? All right, not bad.
The one in the middle. No, it's absolutely fine, mate. You stay on. Good, good. So you've been on the channel with us before, so some of us would have seen you before. But if you want to introduce yourself for anyone that hasn't seen you before, that'd be brilliant for me, mate.
Yeah, Jason, ant keeper, ant lover, whatever you want to call me, ant fancier. I've been keeping ants for about 2 or 3 years now, and this is my ant room. Welcome to my ant room. I'll fill some blank space while Tom gets himself sorted out.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, Jason. That's really cool. So, since the last time you were on, have you got any new ants or any cool updates you want for us?
It's been, well, it's a quiet time, you know. It's, you know yourself that, you know, between kind of October and March is fairly kind of. Sorry, Tom, did you say something then, or? I think the only thing of note that's happened since.
No, carry on, buddy. You carry on. Sorry, it was just.
The only thing of note that's happened since the last time that we spoke is that I've had to put another expansion nest on the Nicobarensis ants. So they've got 3. They're in 3 now, and I forgot to put I forgot to put the ant escape round the top of the last outworld. So they're all kind of huddling around the mesh at the moment, trying to figure out how to get out. But I don't need to open that, so I'm not too getting out, to be honest.
Bit of a nightmare. I've done that myself. To be honest, I very rarely remember to put the barriers on while I'm doing something, and then I'll get the ants and I'm like, oh no, I quickly have to run and do it.
Yeah, well, like I say, I don't need to take the lid off that one. I feed him through the other 2, so it's not a problem.
I've got like a cave outworld that I'm working on. That it just looks cool, and it's basically just a walkthrough area to like fill the space or give them more space, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then they'll have to walk through the cave to get to like the upper section where they'll be fed. Like you say, I'll never need to open that one, so I don't need to worry about it. So I'm actually building on the roof section as well as the floor, so it's going to look pretty cool.
Yeah, the most exciting thing is I bought myself this bad boy, which is basically a tarantula enclosure just before Christmas from Swell. For, you know, it was in the sale, and I'm probably going to do something nice with that and video it. I've had a go at making my first YouTube video. I did a little kind of mock trailer, but I'm hoping to kind of create some of my own content over the next few months.
I'm not sure, but it might be lagging. Just 1 second. Are you back? Yes, we're back. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, buddy.
That's all right.
I am having an absolute nightmare tonight. I think the signal has gone like in the whole area because we went on the local Facebook group and everyone's having issues with the internet apparently.
Right.
I don't know.
Living on an island, Tom.
Yeah, that's it. Like a little island in the middle of nothing, and the weather really affects us over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. We'll carry on, won't we? So can you remind us what other ants you have?
Oh my gosh. I've got trapjaws, Polyrhacus dives, the gatekeeper ants.
Yeah.
Colibopsis. I've got Camponotus nicobarensis, Diacama rugosum, Odontopanera transversa, Pachycondyla astuta. I've got 3 different colonies of acorn ants, Temnothorax, some Myrmica rubra, and 2 Camponosus species that I just found.
You've got so many ants. It's brilliant.
I know. Sorry. And Chromatograsta boroi, the yellow acrobat ants, and also Alphinogasta dulcinea, the world's most boring ant.
World's most boring.
Yeah.
Why are they boring?
Well, they never come out. They never do anything.
Oh.
They never come out the test tube. They never do anything. They are like Lasius flavus, where they're very much a subterranean ant. So
Okay.
they just basically sit in their test tube. And I think I've seen one of them out, and I've had them well over a year. They're just just
Yeah.
You don't sit there and like with the Polyrhachis and go,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They're great to watch. These things, it's like watching paint dry. You got to look after them. You've got to love all your children, haven't you? So
yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got a few colonies like that. I mean, my Hercularis, we won't get into the Hercularis, but they still do nothing with their lives. They're like the worst teenagers, just sat there doing absolutely nothing. And I come in like a parent, like, why won't you lay eggs? That would be a bad parent.
I always forgot my Turkestanus as well, Camponotus fedenskoi or whatever.
Yeah.
Turkestanus. I've got some of those as well. So yeah, a lot.
Wow.
More than I should.
Loads of ants. No, you can never have too many ants.
Yeah, I've not got enough room to store them all, really. But
that's always the problem. Like it's funny. Lexi says that I should move. I'm not going to move to Canada, believe it or not, because that's a little bit far for me. And could you imagine trying to move this tank to Canada? Like, I don't think it would happen.
No.
No, but I am planning a move, and I will get more space for all the ants, and then I've got loads more coming out onto the shelves properly. As I say, I've got like 32 colonies, and I've got like 6 more test tubes that I got in a drawer. I've got more that I've got planned, and I've got no space left, so I need to expand the whole ant corner at the moment.
I think we need to set up some kind of support group for people that have got ant addiction, and kind of get ourselves sorted out, Tom.
Yeah,
it's not right. It's not right.
Yeah, I think you might be right there, buddy. I mean, my ant addiction is bad. Yeah, we shouldn't have to go without. Yeah, shouldn't suffer this way.
It's quite funny because I'm, looking at this big enclosure that I've got that I've got a plan for. I'm thinking, what can I buy to put in there? But really, I should be thinking, what have I got already that I can give a forever home in there rather than buy new stuff. So I think over the next few months, I'll see how some of the smaller colonies are getting on, and maybe put some in there.
Yeah, so I moved one of my colonies the other day, and it freed up one of my large outworlds. At the same time, I got a delivery of another large outworld, and I was like, oh, now I've got so much space. What should I put in there? And I was looking online. I was like, I could buy this, I could buy that. And I've got like 15 colonies which need expansions within the next 6 months.
Yeah,
I should probably wait.
Yeah, reuse. I did see on Ants HQ that they were selling their wooden nests at half price. So my wife's going to see this, so I'm going to get it. But I bought that because it was half price, and it is a really nice little nest for one of the Camponotus species that I've got when they get a bit bigger. So yeah. If you're not buying ants, you're buying stuff for ants, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm always buying something or another. Like every month when I get my money, I'm like, right, ant stuff first, then pay the bills.
Then feed the children.
Yeah. I normally forget about that until they get like hungry and moaning at me, and they're like, oh no, I need to go shopping as well.
Yeah,
I bought too much.
Have some of this sugar and this mealworm. They're
more
than enough.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just going to take this opportunity to welcome everybody on Twitch. We have a few Twitch viewers as well at the moment, and they're not necessarily talking much at the moment, but they are sat there watching. So I just want to say hello to everyone on Twitch. Thank you for signing in. So I've got a few more questions for you, buddy, as always.
Yeah.
Do you tend to stick to the same ant stores, or say a new ant store opened up, would you try it? Like, are you open to new, or do you just stick to the ones you know?
I'm interested in looking at all the different stores. I think I've bought something from pretty much all the major players that we've got in this country, just to compare and contrast, really. I've got a drawer full of equipment that I've got from Ant Boy, Ant Lab, Answerers, Ant Antics, you name it, I've bought something from them.
Yeah.
So there are certain stores that I do like more than others, or the kit I like more than others. But yeah, I give everyone a chance. I'll give everyone a chance.
Yeah, I'm much like that myself. I want to, my aim is to work my way around every ant store and basically give them a go, if you know what I mean. Like, I want to have a piece of equipment from everyone that it's fair. I don't even want to do reviews on it. I've gotten away from reviewing the review videos of products because I can't do them properly. I'm rubbish at review videos for a start, but I just I want to experience the product properly before making an opinion. And I think some of my nests I'm still not sure about now, and I've been using them for a year. I'm still finding out I can do things differently, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not reviewing things anymore, but I want to try a piece from everybody and give them all a fair chance.
I don't think I've bought anything that's complete garbage from anybody that sells. I mean, obviously, you have stuff that's more favourite. All the stuff I bought off AliExpress, with the exception of these self-heating nests, I've pretty much got rid of because they're not great. They're not great.
Okay.
The security of the nest and the spaces in them and stuff, but everything else, I'm quite happy with. I've got. Yeah,
I think most people are into the hobby themselves these days before they start making it.
Yeah.
Not like the Dr. Milton ones. I don't think were built by an ant keeper. They were built by a toy company, whereas I think it's more ant keepers now starting their own shops, and they've got that experience behind them.
Yeah, and the amount of research and things that goes into them, they'll test them and get people's opinions on them, respect people's opinions on them before they release them to the public. But yeah, there's not an awful lot of dross out there. It just depends, what you like, whether you like acrylic or Whitong or the 3D printed, etc. It just depends on what your particular preference is and what your style, what sort of style you're going for, as to where you buy them, really. There isn't an awful lot of Whitong on the market at the moment, though. I've noticed there's, that there seems to be, if the store does stock them, that they're not in stock at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. I think now I might be wrong, but I think the stock of it has become hard to get hold of.
It's all building material, though, isn't it? I've talked to friends in the kind of industry, and wood and all kind of building stuff is more difficult to get hold of, more expensive now. So how that's affected it, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it might well be if there's an issue with stock. I mean, ant keepers aren't going to get it before the builders, are they?
No, but then we only need one or two. Well, saying that, you don't
saying that
Ant Boy or Ant Lab or people like that actually get through. But I think that's probably the main thing
Yeah.
I've kind of picked up on.
Yeah, it is something I heard about 3D printing as well, is that they're struggling. I think it was actually Paul Moore said that they struggled to get the stuff from the right shop and had to go through different shops and things like that.
Yeah.
So there definitely seems to be some kind of issue. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were using all that kind of stuff for printing PPE equipment and that kind of thing, weren't they, during COVID?
Yes.
I mean, we might find that things calm down a little bit now that, well, it's not over, is it? But it seems to be.
It's calming down a bit. Well,
yeah.
From Boris's point of view, on Thursday, I think everything goes back to normal, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, as normal can be, really.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
until the next wave or the next variant comes out.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what to think, to be honest. I think like it's a difficult one, isn't it? It's a very difficult one because obviously the country's suffering, but I don't know. I don't want to I don't know. It's a difficult. We won't get into it on this.
No, I know. Yeah, this is an AMP show, not a politics
Yeah.
show. Yeah, it does affect our hobby, though, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah, I mean that's the point I was going to make. Is it is having an effect on, like you say, the hobby, shipping. In fact, Amazon was doing like really, really well, weren't they? Like all the shipping companies were doing really, really well. But I think shops were just struggling to get the stock in eventually, and everything was getting hectic.
All the smaller suppliers, you know, are getting kind of outpriced now and outbought by, you know, the people that have got the buying power and the connections. You know, so the smaller people, you know, the people that are producing the ants' nests and the equipment for us are not perhaps being able to get hold of the raw materials in the same way that you know, the larger producers can. I know that was a big problem, wasn't it, about 18 months ago when people like Antkit and that were, you know, folded because they couldn't afford to keep running and paying the prices for the acrylic and things. So it's not great, really. It's had a massive impact. I forgot about them completely. They've had to like stop. Yeah, they're back producing a few bits and pieces now, but nowhere near the range that they were before. And I think they're going through a third-party seller to sell their stuff. But you know, their little the starter ant kit that they do, this thing, that is absolutely fantastic for you know, beginners in the hobby. They're about 30 quid, but they allow you to look at your ants while they're growing and feed them, but you know, they look stylish and they're a good little thing for somebody that can afford it and that wants to start keeping ants. And you know, they are making them again, but it's these kind of nice little things, the things that Wakushi are doing, and you know, with the Venus nest and the Mercury nest, I think those things really help new people come into the hobby and, you know, have something that looks really nice but still enables you to kind of engage with the ants as they're kind of growing, but not fiddle with them too much. It's like the previous guest was saying, my mind's gone blank, I'm old, I forgot. Crazy
he was saying about looking at them too often, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that was the advice I gave last time I came on, is just leave them alone. You know, that's the biggest mistake any new ant keeper makes is you know, wanting to see how they're getting on and fiddling and touching and doing that kind of thing, and it doesn't. It doesn't help. Yeah, it's counterproductive to what you're actually trying to do, but you can't help yourself most of the time. Yeah, no, I think you're completely right. I mean, like you say, I've got a couple of, well, I say a couple, I've got
3 or 4 nests now where like the nest area is exposed like that one. Like you put the test tube in and you can see the test tube through the red. Like
Yeah.
I've got one pretty much like what you just showed actually. And yeah, I really like those setups because, like you say, you can see them in the test tube still at this early stage without bothering them. They're coming out and doing their thing. And it's smaller than the tubs and tube setups that I've been using. So it's like more compact and easier.
But, you know, a takeaway carton and a test tube is absolutely brilliant, you know, to start things off. It's just, it doesn't look as sexy as a you know, pre-made ant nest, but you know it does the job as well, if not better than some of the nests that are out there. So I mean, these are all tubs and tubes setups here at the back, you know, but I've got the ant Kia boxes. I'm using those, but again, you know, just a Tupperware box, absolutely fine.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of Chinese takeaway boxes I use just to put like the test tubes in as a simple tubs and tubes setup is crazy. I've probably got about 8 colonies in them at the moment.
Yeah, because you can stack them up. You know, they don't take an awful lot of space. And
that's all good.
Chips, isn't it?
Sorry, I'm just going through a million things. Yeah. Yeah, well, they're cheaper than chips because the chips come in them.
Yeah, get the chips in them and eat them. And it's good for the planet.
So we've got another question here. Do you use like pre-made syrups or do you make your own mixes?
Oh, I'm a pre-made syrup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've normally got.
In theory.
I've normally got about 6
Do you make it? Yeah, you make them. You get the pre-made syrups. I find it so much easier than making my own.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I bought some. Is it from Antantics? And I would actually drink this stuff myself. It is so nice. It's white chocolate caramel.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually designed for ants. It smells absolutely
gorgeous. I've never tried it.
I haven't actually drunk it, but you know it smells like it should be delicious. So, you know, all the kind of carrot cake that Ant Lady does, and the cotton candy, and the ones that you get from Antics, the sugar snaps and the apple snaps.
Yeah.
They all smell absolutely delicious, you know. So why wouldn't you give them to your ants? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I've been tempted. I have, but I just haven't got round to trying it. It's one of those things, I suppose, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to eat their food. I have made honey water occasionally. You know, just mixed up some honey and a bit of hot water, let it cool down. But yeah, like I say, the majority of the time I just get pre-made.
Yeah, see, I do exactly the same. To be honest, I hate making the mixes. I don't know if I'm doing the right ratios. You know what I mean? I just don't trust it. I'd much rather get a mix coming from someone like the Ant Lady or Ants Are Us or Ant Antics. I know I can trust them. You know,
because I think they have electrolytes and minerals and things in them as well, which are supposedly good for your ants. I mean,
they're good for us, so I expect they're good for the ants. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm pre-made. I'm a pre-made man.
Yeah, definitely. It just saves on everything. So much stress that you just don't need.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite way of heating nests? Do you prefer a heat cable or a heat mat?
I like both. So I've got Polyrachus on heat pads, and I've got a heat cable going across here for the smaller nests, and these are self-heating. so that they've got. They're
Okay, yeah.
So I've got everything in terms of heating for the ants.
Yeah.
Personally, I
No,
prefer
fair
heat
play.
mats. I think I prefer heat mats. The ant lady gave me a really good not recipe, but a good idea for starter colonies. It's basically like you get what do you call it, like a plant propagator. Put you know, it's like a tray with a glass lid on the top. Put your heat mat in there. Put some gravel and stuff over the top. A couple of small pots of water, and keep your ants in there. And it's almost like an incubator, you know, like a proper incubator, but half the price, basically.
Oh.
So you can put one of those together for
that's very convenient.
for about 20 quid. I think it cost me about 20 quid for about a tenner for the for the propagator. I had some gravel knocking around from an old fish tank, and the heat pad cost me about a tenner. And I had, you obviously need the thermostat on there, but I had one knocking around as well. But yeah, that's quite a good idea. If you've got quite a few, it's you know, you can stack them all up in there. And get 40 or 50 test tubes in there if you really needed to. But it's
wow. So yeah, that's a really interesting trick. Actually, you're gonna have to like show me a picture of how to do it or something, because I'm trying to imagine it.
I'm not using it at the moment, but I've got it down in storage at the moment. I could quite easily kind of share that with everybody and the tips for doing that. It's like I say, it's a really simple way of having almost like a professional incubator, like an egg incubator for your ants, but a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, which is brilliant. I mean, yeah, I could do with that. I've got quite a few colonies I could do with that, actually. So I use both heat mats and heat cables strictly because some of them are like, the heat cables are easier to run long lengths, and then the heat mats are for tanks, really.
I suppose the only problem that you get with it is you don't necessarily get a gradient in the test tubes. But if you're just keeping them, you know, warm, then you know, it shouldn't be a problem. You know, getting them all, getting quite a few in there, really.
Yeah. So those self-heating nests, can we go into them a little bit more? Do you like have a thermostat that you set on them, or how do they work?
Hang on. Here's one I prepared earlier. So I've normally got a few of these knocking around, simply because I don't know how quickly the Nicos are going to grow.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the back you've got an electric. Oh, this is really disconcerting. It's the opposite way. Electric cable, and you've got you know, like a heat sensor, so you can set you can set the temperature, and it tells you what it is and what it should be, and it just keeps clicking in and out. It's not or what you call it, pulse. A pulse thermostat. It's on and off. But, you know, my Nicobarensis are very happy in that nest at kind of 26. I got one at 26, and two at 27. And they heat in one corner, so they've got a gradient in the nest, and you've got like the other way. There we go. You've got like a small water reservoir in there as well that you can actually fill up, and it gives them some humidity in the nest, but they don't like it very much. When I fill it up, they tend to go and sit in the outworld. But you know, if you've got a more moisture-loving species, you can certainly, keep it topped up there. So about 4
Yeah.
or 5 mil put in there, a couple of times a week, and keep it quite humid in the nest.
Okay. Well, I do like them. I'm going to have to look into them because they are cool. Where did you say you got them from?
AliExpress. So they're about 30. You can only get them on a deal, occasionally, and it's about 38 quid. I think I paid for the Outworld and the nest itself. But yeah, I like them. I like them a lot.
That's not
very,
bad.
very
That's not
easy.
a bad price at all.
Very, very easy to keep the ants in there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to get a longer bookcase at some stage.
Yeah, no, I like them. They're very good.
But you can stack them vertically and horizontally. I'm not sure how I'm going to, if I needed to stack them on top of one another, I'm not sure how I'd do that, but it is possible. Maybe the next one I put 2 nests on the end rather than a nest and an Outworld. Might be enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Might have to ask Father Christmas for
just
one.
to give them that extra nest space. Yeah. Yeah. So, what is your favourite out of all the ones that you own? What is your favourite formicarium? Not the ants that are in it, the actual nest itself.
Ooh. It's probably one I haven't used yet. I don't know why I like it so much. It's the Antboy Smart Nest, which I've bought, and I'm dying for one of my colonies to get up to a size that I could put it in there. I just think it looks really smart. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really it's a really smart looking nest. Either that or these. No, the Antboy Smart Nest.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I haven't tried them yet, but I really want to.
And these are my favourite Outworlds. I love these circular Outworlds from Antboy. Yeah, because there's no corners in them. They're all fully sealed, decent ports on them, and they look super cool. I love them to bits. I've got two of this size. I've got Polyrhachis pod, and I keep my acorn ants in the small ones as well. They're just brilliant little enclosures. So they're my favourite, by far my favourite bought enclosure. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Antboy, but if he does want to send me some stuff, I will take it.
That does make sense. Yeah. Do you prefer bioactive enclosures or the ready-made ones?
I started off doing just normal plain enclosures, a little bit of sand.
Yeah, definitely. I always say that, but yeah. So yeah,
you have a look around now, and there's more and more stuff with. There's only really my Nicos that are in an enclosure where there's no custodians in there and no soil or planting of any description. So I definitely do prefer the more natural setups to just the plain acrylic type setups.
Yeah.
Less cleaning up as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I am much the same. I've got both. Yeah, I've got both, but I prefer bioactive, I think.
Yeah. It's not too bad, I've got a little hoover. I just hoover out the rubbish out of the Nico enclosure. But yeah, the rest of them, the wood lice and the springtails sort it out for me. So much easier.
Yeah, that was what makes it easier. But that is actually the end of all my questions, buddy. So the next part of tonight, I was going to give it basically an open mic night. So we've currently got Antscapes waiting to come in. So are you happy if I end the interview there? You're more than welcome to hang about if you want.
I'll hang around. I'll always speak to Ryan. He's a good lad.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, I'm just going to put the 30-second timer on, and I'm going to do the quick swap about between cameras, hopefully get rid of all the lagging, and hopefully we'll all be here having a good chat. So 30-second timer is going on now. Hopefully. No, now.
I am here. Oh, I'm still there as well. There we go. Right, I am here. We have Antsitter and we have Antscapes. I am getting my camera on in 2 seconds. I apologize.
Hey.
Hello, Antscapes. Ryan, how are you, buddy?
Hey, man, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, I'm
Good to
good.
see
I'm
you.
good. Getting there.
And yourself as well.
Getting there.
I don't think I've actually spoken to you before, Antsitter. We have, but I mean, like on a actual live.
No,
So
yeah,
finally,
we never.
finally get each other. Can you hear me? Okay, man.
I can, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, you're there. Right.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. Oh no, am I? No. Ah, what happened then? I was there. I will be there in 1
Prop my
second.
phone up somewhere.
Cameras are a nightmare. Technology is a nightmare for me at the moment.
I'll put it like this.
Right, hang on.
But
Not gonna work.
I'm just reading all the comments that I didn't read while I was chatting away. So,
Yeah, it's really hard to keep track of both.
Yo, Dan.
Right, there we go. I am here. There we go. Hello, everybody. Just going to turn the camera slightly. That's the wrong way.
it's a very jaunty angled cat there, Tom.
Oh yeah, I never go straight because then you look like
It's like a whapper.
chubby. I always go.
Down with the
Sideways.
kids.
Yeah, I'm down with the kids. I'm an old guy, but I'm down with the kids. You'll never see it straight on me. I don't know why. It's not how I roll.
Too cool for school.
Yeah, too cool for school, man. It's my streaming hat, but I've just started wearing it all the time now to highlight. I'm going really thin on top, basically. So that's what that's for.
Well, I keep my hair
Quite funny,
long
actually.
as long as I can and
I
sweep it
normally
over.
have a. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, right. So I
was gonna
normally
say, I-
blow it out, and then before any competition, I like cut it off.
Ah, okay. Is that so you go like with the cool guy, like shaved head
Oh,
look?
it's all started lagging.
Like-
Hang on.
Makes him faster.
More aerodynamics.
Well, just so it's a bit tidier.
Yeah, I've got. I only sweep mine over so it covers my receding hairlines.
Yeah. Well,
It's only a matter of time for me. So
it's getting there, and I've gone grey on the sides. Yeah, but you put it off, Jason. You put it off really well, buddy.
Well, I'm probably old enough to be your two's father anyway. So,
Yeah, there
well, I'm
you go.
definitely old enough to be Ryan's father.
Right, Ryan, how old are you, buddy?
Me?
27.
You're 27, Ryan. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Youth.
You know, it's funny though because I feel like I'm always getting really old, And then obviously I say that to someone who like might be older and they'll always be like, "Oh, shut up!" You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like,
I get it all the
that's like-
time. I get it all the time. They're like, "Oh, you're young, you're fit and healthy." I'm like, "You have no idea."
Yeah, honestly, mate. Yeah, I'm like, it was the other day. I remember I stood up and like both my knees clicked, and I was like, "Oh, is that what happens?" That's when
Yeah.
The
it
slippery
starts
slope,
to,
mate.
you know,
Slippery
things,
slope.
yeah,
Yeah.
things start to change.
I say like when you're young, you like can fall out of a tree and it doesn't even hurt. You just bounce. When you're old, you fall off a curb, yeah, and you're out of action for weeks.
you twist your ankle on the way and everything.
Yeah, you know it. Oh, it's not good. It's not good. But anyways, let's go on with a little bit of ant chatting. What's going on, Ryan? How are your ants? Got any updates?
Yeah, they're all doing great, man. The only thing I had a problem with was my Venators. That was because I was just far too impatient. I remember I got them, and then I went to Edinburgh for a couple of days, and then I came back from Edinburgh, and I finally got to finish my tank like that day, and move them from there into another one. So it just stressed the colony out too much. So it was like absolute schoolboy error. But hey, you know, at least we learn.
I lost a
But
lot
luckily,
of mine, Ryan, when I put them into their kind of enclosure. I lost. I think I had 25. I lost about 10 to 12 of them when I put them in. Through no apparent reason or anything.
Oh, is that Venators as well?
Mm.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that makes me feel a little bit better because
Yeah.
I thought it was something I'd done drastically wrong. I know I was impatient, but I didn't expect to lose so many. Yeah, so. But hey, I mean, you know, if it's like a common thing, then that's all right. But the lucky thing is with them is you can just add colonies, like merge them really easy, and the workers live a long time. So I was thinking if maybe it's back end of this year, I might buy another colony and add that in as well, and
Yeah.
should be fine. But it's petrifying moving them, mind. Obviously with them jumping around, that was petrifying because I really don't want to be stung like at all. And you don't realize like how quick they are until they actually start jumping, and you're like, "Whoa, okay, yeah, this is like an absolute game changer." Because you know they go from like just walking around one pace and then just start hopping super fast, and you're like, "Oh my god!" It's just yeah, it gets a bit out of control. Yeah,
Sounds fun,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah, they're the only colony that I've got that I feed through the actual the small opening rather than taking the top off and popping it in. It's like I just chuck something in with the long tweezers.
You hop out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But no, I'm the same. I don't do like well because they're in the Exoterra. I like open the door, like chuck the food, and then quickly close it and lock it again. I'm like, okay.
Till the next time.
Yeah. Until next time, but no, all the ants are going really well, mate. Like Trapjaws are doing real good. Chromatogaster, they're all just going really well. Obviously, other than them, you know. But now going great. I've got my my Ruginotis by mistake now has Leptothorax and Temnothorax in that cell. I think I said last time, but there's loads of Leptothorax in there. They've just expanded as well, which is pretty good. My Ruginotis have just built an extra nest on the right side and they moved 2 of the queens over to there. So that's really good to see. I've seen some elates because I haven't hibernated them, so they're out. But I'm hoping, obviously, they just keep breeding within, having more than one queen. But it's going really well. I added a praying mantis and a green and golden bellfrog. That's going to be on the next update for this tank. And then I also put in 3 of these tiny like scorpions and hope to control the grey isopod population. And that was it really. So one of them I took out because it was too small. I looked in and like a Ruginotis had it in its mandibles, just walking around with it like, and I was like,
Oh dear.
like just like, So I quickly like put my forceps in, got it out, and then like I had to like grab the ant and the scorpion and like pull them apart separately with my fingers. And then luckily I managed to get them apart, got the scorpion back in the initial like plastic tub it came in, and then obviously put the ant back in, you know, all ants matter. So
all ants matters. Yeah, ants yeah.
Oh dear. I'm just gonna have a quick second to welcome everybody who I haven't already said hello to. We got Ants, Callie, Anti Matters, Gecko Ants, Lexi's still here, Dino's still here. We've got quite a few people here, so welcome everyone. Thank you for joining. If you want to jump on, you're more than welcome. Just send me a little message and I will put the invite out. We've got a question here from Lexi. What would the three of you like to see more in the ant keeping community? Who wants to start?
I'll pass that to Jason. Sorry.
That's quite a difficult one. I think what a bit of a shout out to Antantics, the fact that he's trying to pull together this ant convention this year, I think is a really good thing for the ant keeping community, you know. And I think more opportunities where people can kind of come together and talk to people that keep ants and get ideas and advice, I think is definitely something that everyone can benefit from, you know, whether you're a novice or somebody that's been keeping ants for a few years and has got stupid crazy amounts of colonies that you shouldn't really have and are trying to get going. So yeah, more opportunities, you know, and this is brilliant as well, you know, where people come on and talk about their experiences and people are asking questions. I think more of this kind of thing, you know, more engagement, more talking, more, you know, just getting involved with everybody else. It's quite a solitary habit, isn't it?
Can be, yeah.
It's not something that's quite common out in the real world. And when you start talking to people, you know, either at work or your friends, and say, "I keep ants," you know, they're a bit. You know, it's not like I've got snakes.
Yeah. How many people have went, "Oh, have you seen the film The Ant-Man?" Whenever you tell them, they always ask you if you've seen the film Ant-Man.
Oh no, my friends are older than that. You know, it'll be the 1950s sci-fi thing. You know, the ants. But yeah, the more people that you can chat to about your hobby, you know, the better, really. I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go next strictly because I've got stuff which follows on from that. I basically completely agree with Jason. Yeah, the whole goal of what I want to achieve with my channel, my whatever Ants on the Rock is becoming, because it's now starting to stretch into other things that I haven't released yet. Ooh. It's just like, yeah, I'm not releasing it yet because it's such a good idea. I know you're going to do it like almost instantly, and everyone else will be like, oh, I've got to do that. And you're not having it this time. It's mine. Yeah, I've got, to be honest, like, it's a great idea, but it's going to take a lot of work. And like, it blows up everything from what I'm doing to like a million times the size. But yeah, we won't go into it. It's going to be brilliant. But yeah, I just want to get everyone connecting, communicating. Like, that's why I'm on Twitch as well as YouTube. And eventually, like, I want to bring up the chat on the screen so that everyone in both the communities can chat, and, you know, it just brings everyone together. Again, that AntCon is going to be absolutely amazing. Ryan, you know this, that we were hoping to sort one out ourselves. I think, like, I have still been looking into it in the background. I've still been doing lots of research, and all our notes from our last meeting, I've actually pretty much gone through and done it all myself now. You know what I'm like. But I think we will call ours something like the Great Ant Exhibition.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah. We can't use AntCon, so something like that I thought sounds pretty good and might bring people in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've still got ideas. But to be honest, I want to speak to Antics and Wakushi, which we are getting them on the show. The next show, what is it? Sunday today. So Wednesday we've got Antics, and possibly Wakushi's going to come on for a little bit as well and talk to us all about their plans. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. Do not miss that show, everyone. Wednesday, 9 p.m. Same as always. It's going to be amazing. You don't want to miss out because we're going to find out so much. You might hear my daughter in the background at the moment. So if you do, you just bear with it.
It's all right, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah. What was your views on it, Ryan?
To be honest, I was going to say like the same as Jason, like more things where we can meet up because more something that involves getting the community like together more because like you say, there's not really much. Ant keeping is a very, I guess, like a niche thing, and you know, like you say, anyone you tell you keep ants to, they're always like looking at you like you're a really strange person. And I mean, perhaps we are, but you know, we are all alike, I think. But yeah, definitely, you know, something where the community can get together more. That would be great, you know. And maybe just that's about it, really. I was going to say the same as Jason, so maybe I should have went first instead of Jason. That's what I get.
Right, so do we have any goals that we haven't already mentioned?
Goals in terms of what we want to make or what we want to do
and
with our channels.
Any goals when it comes to ant keeping? Like big
Okay.
ant species you want to keep, or
So this year I'm going to try my best back end of the year to basically to insulate my garage, sort my garage out and turn that into another animal room. And basically the space I have, I want to build like the largest terrarium. I just want to make a huge tall glass terrarium, say like 12 foot long by like 6 foot high, and just have a massive one with more than just like ants in there, obviously multi-species, like Maragonodis and everything, even like if I can, even small birds, stuff like that. But there's a lot, and I mean like a lot of research. I want to make a biotope where I mirror an exact like environment perfectly, and that's what my dream would be. But that sounds super expensive.
Honestly, I want to do the same thing. I want to do the same thing. I've been
Yeah.
planning the same thing, like taking out a wall basically and building a massive enclosure instead of a wall, and like having a snake hanging from a tree. And yeah, I want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Nutters.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just want to keep my ants
I'll just-
alive. I just want to be more successful than I have been over the last couple of years, and just keep them alive for longer and be more successful in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. My daughter's just singing in the background. She should be in bed, but
Oh, sorry, fellas. My I got
that's
caught
all right,
off there.
buddy. That's all right, buddy.
But yeah,
We
I was wanting to turn the garage. Imagine turning the garage into a like just one giant tropical like environment. That'd be great.
That would be amazing. Just like a massive. Oh wow! It'd be like a zoo enclosure, but yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Do it.
Sorry, Mum. Someone keeps trying to FaceTime me, and it's cutting me out every time.
No, that's completely fine, mate. It happens. We've got more questions coming through. I'm going to sort her out. What are your favourite ant species that you are currently keeping, Jason, as we already know the clients? Hi?
Yeah.
Trapjaws.
Trapjaws. Well, that was a simple and easy answer. Okay. She's fine. She's just dancing around and enjoying herself. My favourite species I am currently keeping. That is the hardest question ever. Like we said in the past, it's normally the ones that you're doing something with at the time. And I've been doing a lot with a lot of different ants at the minute. Probably my Diacama, the bullet ants. I love the way they're different. They hunt differently, and they're just really great ants. Really good ants to keep. Not for the faint of heart because of their sting. I haven't been stung yet, but they like when I go to feed them, they dive at me to try and get the food. So they're really aggressive. I don't know. I just like the size of them, the look of them. I love my Diacama. They're brilliant. What is the most expensive ant species you own, Jason? And I'm gonna get her out of the room.
I'm not allowed to say because my wife will be watching this at some stage. Probably my Diacama rugosum. So I bought a colony of about 40, and they were about 40 odd quid. But I don't tend to buy expensive ants. Not until I'm like the best ant keeper in the world. I think, you know, it's a lot of money sometimes to, if you're not confident in being able to look after them and make them thrive, really.
Yeah, that's fair. I think my most expensive colony.
Murano Plus.
No, maybe I can't actually remember what I pay for most of them. I just see the colony I want, and I try not to look at the price. I definitely don't tell the wife. Probably the Murano Plus, possibly the Diacama. I think the Murano Plus were about 80 quid. I can't remember, but a few of them can get quite expensive.
Yeah.
I am looking at getting the leaf cutters, but I don't know. I've got a few different ideas for like my next big time colony, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Ryan is here, kind of.
Hey, yeah, sorry, man. Every time I try and connect the camera, it keeps going weird. So I'm probably gonna have to just chat without
No,
my
that's
face.
fine. That's
Yeah.
absolutely fine, mate. That's absolutely fine.
Mine's
so
probably the Venators.
Yeah, the Venators. How much were they, if you don't mind saying?
I think they were 90 quid.
Oh, wow. So quite expensive. But was it a big colony, an established colony you've got?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was 2 queens and about 18 to 20 workers.
Okay,
so it was a decent size. I mean, but they're just expensive species anyway. Even like 1 queen and a few workers is still, I think, like 50 quid. You know, so it's like, for the difference, I thought, well, and I'm glad I did, to be honest, because if I moved like a founding colony, and then it probably wouldn't have, they still wouldn't be there, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm quite lucky I did that.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm just going through, checking for more questions. I think we've almost covered them all. Oh, wow. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. Diamurmex gigas can be $400.
Oh, they're amazing. The giant ants. They're about 3 centimeters. They're really big ants.
Wow.
Those ones out there, they're like one of the biggest ant species, I think.
Yeah, I think they are one of the biggest, if not the biggest. Right, sorry about that, everyone. I'm just going through. Right, here's one for you, Ryan, whilst I sort my daughter out again. What kind of invertebrates or animals do you keep besides ants? I will be back in 1 second.
Oh, okay. So I have, now I'm going to have to try my best to remember. So I've got about 8-9 different isopod species. I've got like Asian forest scorpions, those little smaller ones I got the other day. I can't remember the exact Latin names. I've got giant African millipedes. I keep, mammals, invertebrates, not invertebrate, but I've got some dart frogs recently, therefore one of my other setups, which I'll update soon. But I keep, I've got stick insects, I've got some morning geckos, like I say, green and golden bell frog. I've got those all in the same tank. Well, that's about it, I think. I will be getting some more stuff, but that's in time, like throughout the year, because I've got quite a few plans with like new builds and what I'm going to do next with like what setups, because they have been sat around for a while. I got like a few tanks from some dude who was like quite into the hobby, not ant keeping, but he had like leopard geckos and stuff, and He did like a bundle on Facebook Marketplace of like quite a few Exoterras.
Nice.
So I like super cheap. So I went down and got them, and I haven't done anything with them since. Like that, the one I've built, my River Creek, I got that on Facebook Marketplace for 20 quid. It's like, in the Chromatogaster one, the Scutalaris, I got it for a tenner from one of the technicians. Yeah, I was just like, he was like, oh, by the way, I thought of you. I've got this in here. Do you want to buy it for a tenner? And I looked at it, no, and you'd like, you don't want to like jump, so it's too obvious that it's real thing. I was like, you know, I don't know if I have the space, but I tell you what, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But inside, I was like,
it's only going to get binned. I'll have it off you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but it had these like glass feet that came with it. Sorry, I'm in the garage. I'm doing bits. That's why I couldn't keep the camera on. Right. It kept going from Wi-Fi to 4G, but it had these like glass feet on, so I had to cut these off, and then I can use these for something. I'm sure they'll come in handy at some point. Yeah. So I just kept them in the garage. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I liked it. It was super cheap anyway. So I just need to sort those tanks out.
Show us those glass feet again in the second line, just because I want to see them. If you can, buddy.
So they're like a pizza slice.
Yeah.
I guess.
But
they were basically stuck to the back, like sealed that way.
Yeah.
And there were like two shelves. I had two. One of them I accidentally stood on and just smashed it into like millions of pieces. One of them I managed to salvage. Right, yeah. So.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you put like another layer of glass over the top and around the edges, you could make like a sandwich unit for your ants to dig in. Do one of those nests.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, that's a great idea. I was also thinking getting like a 30-centimeter cube tank, and like cutting one pane of glass and having like a low front.
Yeah.
So something like that. So it's like the ones where it's just got like 5 centimeters at the front and then the rest is quite tall at the back, so you can see in obviously without a glass pane. But then I'd have to then cut glass that's working perfectly, and I haven't cut much glass.
It's not easy. It's not something I enjoy doing. I've tried it twice now. Both times I've cut myself. Even though I'm wearing gloves, I've just managed to like cut my arm or something stupid. And then the second time I took the gloves off. I took the gloves off and I went and picked it up anyways and still cut myself because I'm an idiot.
Joe always laughs at me because whenever I'm making something, I'll go inside the front room, I'll sit on the sofa like, I'm done. And I'll just have like slices all over my arms and my fingers. Like my fingers are all super glued. There's silicone all over my clothes. Yeah. It's just like, how do you even do that? Like, it's actually more impossible to do that.
Yeah, I get you. Jason, do you want to go into what other animals or anything that you keep, if anything?
I got some isopods off Ryan. I won in a competition on Antscapes. And I've got some bumblebee millipedes that I've been kind of, I put them in an Exoterra, a small Exoterra down here, and they're just not. I haven't seen them since.
Oh, okay.
So I presume that they're okay, but I thought they'd be a bit more active than they are.
Yeah, I added I think I added some 15 bumblebees to my Rugginodis tank. I think I've seen them once near the pond area. Like I saw a glimpse of one, and it just went back into the soil, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I think you were saying, Tom, cucumber. Yeah, sorry, mate.
I've had. Yeah, I'll go into cucumber. I've had bumblebee millipedes in the big tank. Well, since the start, basically, and I've only just started seeing them now. They're almost at maturity, like almost fully mature. And they only come out really at night. They forage for an hour and then they'll disappear again. The way I've attracted them out is I've put cucumber on like a solid bit of ground so that they have to actually come out of the soil to get it. Now they like cucumber because of it's got liquid in it and whatever. They just seem to like cucumber. But if you put it straight on the soil, they'll dig from underneath the soil. And you won't even see them. So if you put it on like a rock or something, then they've actually got to physically come out to get it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's
pretty much the only time you'll see them is when they come out to eat, and then they'll disappear again. I see my giant olives quite often, like they come out more often, and the red ties, before they disappeared, they might have actually died, to be honest, because I haven't seen them in a good 6 months. But before they disappeared, they were out constantly, like they were always on the surface, and they were so cool to watch. I love my red ties.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
They say to get like arboreal species, don't they? Because you see them a little bit more. Yeah. Like giant Africans, I always see them.
Yeah, see, now that's what, like, I thought they were burrowing, and like I assumed they were going to be burrowing and laying eggs and whatnot, but they just haven't resurfaced after so long, you know what I mean? But then I haven't seen the ants like eating a huge millipede body either. You'd expect to notice something like that. It's a difficult one because, like, they are arboreal. They should spend all their time on the surface, but they just disappeared. But they disappeared together as well. So again, I just can't work it out. Maybe they escaped.
I wonder if maybe he's just buried, like buried deep, and they just decided to stay there. I don't know.
Possibly.
Sometimes they can go through like stages where they bury themselves for like a good few months, and then they'll resurface again. Yeah,
I mean, I'm still hoping they will, because like I say, I haven't seen a huge millipede body being dragged into the nest or anything, but you just never know. I suppose in a tank like this, something could have happened. You never know.
Yeah, one day you'll walk across the landing and you'll just see it walking across the floor, and you're like, "Ah, there it is."
My missus, my wife would kill me. Like, yeah. If the scorpion, the other night we were watching the scorpion and he was up and around like the edges of his tank, and she was like, if he gets out, I am not going to be happy. Right near my bed. I was like, he's not even that close to your bed. He's only like 2 or 3 feet away. You have more than enough time to move. You'll be fine. But,
so I was going to say, don't put it under a pillow.
No, no. She's all right. She just doesn't like the scorpion because it looks too much like a spider.
Okay.
Whatever. I like all things. Like, I'm going to get a spider soon, whether she likes it or not. I'm just not going to tell her.
Okay. See, house spiders and things in the house, she's not bothered, but I did mention getting a tarantula because Scott's Inverts was wanting to send me like a mini baby tea, and she was just like strictly like no, and if you get one, then like I was just like, right, okay, you know, happy wifey, happy lifey. I was like, right, well, I'm getting a snake instead. She was like, right, well, I don't mind snakes. I was like, okay, thank God. So I want to make like a bio setup for a snake, so like a green tree, something like that anyway, or a royal python or something. I don't know, just whatever's cheapest, I guess, and then trying to get it right for it.
I want to get a green boa, and I want to get a Goliath bird-eating tarantula. Like, those have been my dream pets for years.
And so you're going in like the deep end with them.
Yeah, well, you know me, I never do anything by halves.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, for my first spider, I'll get the biggest one I can possibly find.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like,
put a saddle on it.
Yeah. Like, they grow like the size of a dinner plate. It's pretty big. I could deal with that. I'd be happy with that.
Ride it into battle.
Oh yeah, that'd be brilliant. I'd take it to the strongman comps with me and be like, look at my spider. Don't get it my way.
Yeah. Go over to the judges like, oh, so who's won? Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Just stroking it. It's like Dr. Evil style.
Yeah. I forgot the saying. Was it you know the saying when you're stroking the cat as he turns?
Oh, look what you did to Mr. Bigglesworth.
Yeah. Brilliant. Right, so I may as well answer the rest of the questions. So obviously I've mentioned I've got my millipedes, I've got my scorpion, I've got stick insects, I've got vampire crabs, isopods, 3 different types of millipedes. I've got some spiders already, roaches I breed, springtails I breed, other stuff I'm sure I've got, beetles. Oh, I can't even remember.
I've got lots of random things. I'm hoping to get lots of other things too. But to be honest, Ryan keeps beating me to it. I was thinking about getting like frogs and stuff, and then Ryan's like, I've got some frogs. I'm like, damn it.
I forgot to say, I got a praying mantis for the tank as well. In hope to...
Yeah, I know, and I said I was going to do that.
Oh, sorry, man. I got them at the
it's
same
fine,
time.
man.
I was like,
It's
oh,
fine.
Tom mentioned this, so I'll do that, and I'll just steal all his ideas.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the, because we still need to do them terrarium
Yes.
competitions,
Yeah,
like
we do,
to make
yeah.
a terrarium. But I'm going to be doing like every Wednesday, I'm going to make a bunch of terrariums and like forward videos on, but I'm going to do like mini terrarium series on my channel every Wednesday. So every Wednesday it'll be like episodes starting. So I was going to also build one live. I don't know if you watched the one where I did with Ant Holifer while he built it live.
I might have.
But basically, I was like his hands while he was setting up his tank.
Right, yeah.
And he was like, you have to control everything.
Yeah.
Is that for a bioactive? Nice. But yeah,
Hopefully.
it's basically, I don't know if you've seen it, but I literally was like in control of his hands, told him everything to do, and he made one for his. He was I think he's keeping Campanotis Singularis in there.
Nice.
So
nice.
but yeah, I didn't do that on
actually
purpose with a frog. My bad.
No, it's fine, mate. No, I know it's not like that, but I don't want to
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I'm filling my channel with exactly the same things that you've got, because what's the point? Like, let's get some slightly different things. But yeah, so I've
think
looked
as well,
at like,
if you
go on.
No, I was going to say, I think though, if like if it's something you wanted to keep anyway, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm getting some things, that someone might have got before me, like even yourself, that I've wanted to keep for a while. Like, I want crested gecko. Is one of them, a leopard gecko. Like, there's things on my list that I've got tanks for, but it's like actually paying for them because they're like expensive, like 80-90 pounds, and then it's making the setup for them. And obviously when we're making bioactives, I'm doing a lot of research into like arid setups, but then leopard geckos also need a humid area, so then it's trying to work out how to have a nice humid area without making everything else that's arid, so it's like I'm just trying to think about it. But I'll come up with an answer, and I know if I wait on it and think and research, then suddenly something will pop in my head, and I'm like, right, I can do that now, and I'm knowing exactly what to get. But I'm just trying to take some time with that one. It's different to what I'm used to, because tropicals are fairly easy to make.
Yeah, tropicals are so much easier than arid. Yeah.
When it came to the frogs, so you got the tree frogs, you got tree frogs, didn't you?
No,
dart frogs,
so I've got dart frogs, and then I got the green and golden bell frog, which is in my Rugonodis pond area. It just stays there, feeding crickets every now and then. It's really cool. We called him Alfred. Super cute name.
Yeah, cool. So I saw that and I thought, right, so I wanted some cool frogs basically, and I was ifing and umming about dart frogs or whatever, and then you got them. I thought, right, my other idea was, I'm not quite sure what they're properly called, but they're like the horned frogs, horned toads or something, and they're quite large. They go to like, where's the camera? Go to quite large, like that. But yeah,
like a Pac-Man frog size.
Yeah, not quite that big. They're a little bit smaller than Pac-Man frogs, but they get a big horn on the front, and they're pretty cool. And basically, they eat ants. So like when I get a massive setup, I can stick him in the water section, and he'll like act as a bit of population control.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but I'm hoping to rear him up from a young, like until I get to that stage,
Yeah. I mean, I think mine's about fully grown. I got it fully grown from the shop. There wasn't any smaller ones, to be honest. There was only one left. I felt so sorry for him. It was in like this tiny, like 20 centimeter cube tub thing. As soon as I put him in mine, it was like in the branches and the ponds. Like it's literally just lived in the pond the whole time, because it's never had a pond area. It just had like some soil in a tiny tub. And honestly, man, I felt so sorry for it. I was like, that might actually work out, and it has worked out, luckily.
Pet shops suck. Like, I don't mean anything against pet shops, but like average pet shops just don't know how to look after the creatures that they're selling, if you know what I mean. Like if you go to Pets at Home, they're pretty awful most of the time. I went at Pets at Home and I started talking about my ants, and they literally haven't got a clue about anything. Like they're like, oh, can ants eat pinkies? It's like, yeah, that's like, you know, they need meat. And like, oh, we didn't know they need to eat meat as well. Like, oh, you don't know anything. Like, not everyone.
Headbutt.
Not everyone at Pets at Home. Yeah.
But yeah,
Not-
I get you.
Yeah,
get you.
the
I think it's
average
'cause it's
person
so-
at Pets at Home isn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's you can't know everything about every animal and insect in the world, can you?
No, I mean, unless you're David
Right.
Attenborough.
Yeah, I was just thinking. He just came into my brain. I was like, wow, damn it, he does. If he doesn't know it, he's at least read the script.
Yeah. I wonder how much he actually remembers. Like, do you think he must be like a fountain of knowledge?
Yeah, I thought that. I expect he is because he's interested in it, and like it's all like reading off the script. But if you're actually interested in something, it tends to stick, doesn't it? And like you learn it at the same
Definitely, yeah.
time.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how
So
I
it's like
learn.
selective hearing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't listen to my wife at all, but I'll listen to Ant Challenge.
I'm glad she's not near you. Oh, okay. Okay.
Nah,
Just
she's
see,
right.
see a fist go by.
Yeah. She'll wait till the camera stops and she'll beat me later.
In places people can't see.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm battered and bruised at the minute. Anyways, I got bruises all over me from my competition yesterday. So she can get away with it and like just say it was from that.
Yeah. How did the comp go? Did you? Maybe I think I asked, but
Yeah, like as I fully expected, as always, I came last, which is absolutely fine. Like I compete in open category, so I'm against like guys 2-3 times my size and weight, and I'm lifting crazy weights, and I should be in under 80 kilogram category, but there isn't any here, so that's my excuse out the way. I came last, but like I had a really good event. Basically, I got a PB, which is personal best on the last 3 events. Completely messed up the first event because I thought. Basically, I got the event wrong that I was training for. I was training for axle press, which is like a really thick bar, like that thick sort of thing. And it's much easier for my pressing. You use a slightly different technique in the like movement and stuff. And when I got there, they were like, oh, no, it's not axle, it's normal barbell, which is like that thin. And I was just like, oh, no. So I got it up on the clean and my shoulder popped out on the first one. So I was like down like that.
oh gosh.
Tried pressing it, got it halfway and it dropped. I was like, not going to happen. Tried it again and I didn't even try to press. So it popped out again on the clean. So that was that. I didn't get any reps on that event, which completely screwed me for the whole competition really. But like I said, I wasn't expecting, like, I never go into these competitions expecting to come anything but last, ever. But, you know, that's fine. It's more me against me.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least like you did it, a lot of people wouldn't.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's it. I mean,
so
I've got the shirt, the Dorset Strongest 2022. So there you go. I've got the shirt. I took part. It's more than most people can say. Next one. Yeah, the next one I've got in Bristol. Then I'm taking a whole year off from competing just to work on training so I can get into the Britain's under 80 kilogram strongest man.
okay.
Yeah,
That'll be obviously more fair.
weight size. Everyone will be the same size as me. I've looked at the weights for this year and I can lift all the weights. I just haven't got the same repetitions as I'd like. Whereas like trying to compete against some of the guys I'm competing against in these categories are just, it's insane. Like the deadlift was 160 kilograms and I weigh 73 at the minute. So that's more than double my body weight. Some of the guys I'm competing against weigh 110 kilograms themselves. So it's, you know what I mean? It's a bit of a nightmare for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, but it's all fun and games. I really enjoyed it, and like I say, I'll do it again. It's part of it. And like, if I could grow, I would, but it's not in my genetics. Apparently, I just can't grow.
Hey, don't worry, I've got a pigeon chest.
Pigeon chest? What's the pigeon chest?
You know, like when you could do chest day all your life and you would never get a chest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like born with like my rib cage is like, essentially it's like raised slightly, like in the middle. I can't remember the terms for it, but anyway, yeah.
Okay. Wow. So now we know something about you, Ryan. You got a weird chest.
Never told anyone. But no, I do, yeah. I've got like a proper flat chest.
That's quite interesting, actually. It's weird, right? Because there was a sports massage guy there yesterday, and after the shoulder popped out and I put it back in and did all of that, he said he could see, like when I walked in, he could see that I walk at an angle, and where that shoulder's always carrying this bad injury, it pops out all the time. Like my whole body compensates for it, and I hadn't noticed. Like I walk like slant. You see it in the streams. I always kind of sit at an angle like that, and like it's always lower. In the boxing matches as well, instead of having my hands up, it slowly drops. It never used to. Like it's just my shoulders going. I need the operation on it really, but I'm too stupid, I think is the correct term. I think that's the right, I've had the opportunity to do it for a long time, but I just haven't. So I noticed my night lights haven't turned on. There we go. Let there be light. Red light. There we go. All the text
coming straight from Amsterdam.
Yeah. See, you say that. I'm always saying I'm waiting for someone to knock on the door and be like,
"Bomb chicka wow."
Yeah.
Tom's just slowly lifting his heel.
It's getting a bit late. Is it like Babe Station?
Yeah.
It's getting a bit more 11, racy after 11 o'clock.
If there's money to be made, I'll be making it.
I can't even give it away these days.
That's when he starts to dual stream on his OnlyFans.
Oh dear. If I started an OnlyFans, all that would be on it is ants.
Sexy.
Yeah. Sexy posed ants, like long legs and whatnot. I don't know.
There was a really funny website a few years back called Prawnography, and it was someone that had taken pictures of prawns, but in a sexy way. It wasn't sexy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It was like that's what it was going for. I get you.
Early days of the internet, that was.
Yeah.
I think
MSN days.
Oh wow, those were the days.
Yeah.
Back in the day of MySpace and MSN. Yeah.
How about Hotel?
Yeah. Oh wow. I mean, how old was I? I think I was like 13 when I had MySpace. Long time ago.
Yeah. I might try and troll through it and see if I can find my own profile.
I was going to say, are you even old enough to have had MySpace? You probably still play
Yes,
boys when you like.
I'm not that young, you know. I'm 27. How old are you actually, Tom?
I'm 30. I'm 30.
Okay, yeah.
But I feel like,
I remember the days without internet.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, the good times.
No computers, no computer games.
Yeah, but it was like you had
play
no
many games.
Jumpers for goalposts. Marvelous.
Yeah.
Oh no, we had jumpers for goalposts.
Yeah. That's a question. Do you play many games, Jason? Are you much of a gamer?
I used to be. I used to be the biggest World of Warcraft geek that you'd ever met. But
oh no, I love World of Warcraft. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I stopped it.
Okay.
Bit of pornography there.
You just became more classy. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, oh dear, oh dear.
It's basically a whole website of stuff like that. It's amusing.
It's getting really off track.
Yeah, the problem is how did you find that? Was that just like a misspelling?
How do you find anything on the internet? You know,
Oh yeah, it's like one of them
somebody
things
says,
where you're on
"Oh, have you
YouTube
seen
watching
this?"
something
But,
normal.
you know,
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. So I've got a question for you, Ryan from Antscapes. You
Yo.
have been gaming on your channel.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I haven't
It's not really a
actually.
question.
Yeah. So I haven't really like done it much. I've done it last few days, I think. I haven't tonight. I probably will. Maybe it's tomorrow a little bit. But no, I've been enjoying it, and like people were popping in saying, "Oh, it's really good to see like different things."
Yeah.
I was going to make a different channel, like Antscapes Gaming. I
Yeah.
don't know, but either way, like I had a little bit of time free, and basically I thought I haven't played games in such a long time,
Yeah.
so I may as well. And I thought, well, why not stream it? Because like it was my only time really to catch up with people like who support the channel. And with me doing that, I was able to like chat with people. And this 24/7 thing, it's been great because I've been able to actually catch up with people throughout the day or on an evening, chat with them. I've been doing that mainly every night.
Yeah.
So no, it's been good. But yeah, I'm doing some gaming on there. It'll only mainly be Warzone I play really, but I mean I might stream other games like Halo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Don't know. I just don't get much chance to play.
I a while back I was very tempted to start doing that, and I actually started doing some videos of my games with me in the corner talking and all of that lot, you know. But I have actually got another YouTube channel that I upload all of that to because I didn't want to mix it in with the Ants on the Rock channel. Mainly because of like I say, I'm planning to expand into all sorts of other things, so I didn't want to like blur the name, and if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
ruin your brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Hello?
So I am here still. I just had to
sorry, yeah, I
pass.
went super quiet there.
Yeah.
Can't hear anyone.
Yeah, no, like I say, I really want to tell like what I'm going to plan to do, but I'm not going to tell you because it's so cool. But there's so
Ryan
much.
Pinch it.
Why
be
have I
honest,
become the pincher?
No, I was only messing with that. To be honest, I don't
No.
think this isn't something that is stealable because the amount of work. Yeah, the amount of work.
He'd find a way, Tom. He'd find a way of doing it.
Yeah, possibly.
I am the pincher.
I've had to recruit 2 more people to my team to be able to do this. So it's a lot of work.
Sounds good.
It's basically a 24-hour job. It's a lot of work. It's going to be huge. I think it's going to make me from an ant channel to a company. I think I have to look into the legal sides of it, but I think I might actually have to register as a company now. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. But there's going to be. I can say, I've got that. I can say there's going to be a website release very soon. Obviously, it's going to have links to everything like the YouTube and Twitch and everything. It will have live Twitch feed on the website of whatever tank the Twitch feed is on, and you'll be able to watch these. There'll be different things if you sign in and do all of that, and great. It's just going to be a hub, basically. I'm planning it to be the biggest, bestest, and website hub. I'm not a shop. I'm not any of that. I just want to be the hub, if you know what I mean. Because not everyone has YouTube. Not everyone has Twitch. But just a standard website that everyone can access and just get on, you know, and just, So, like, there'll be forum sections. There'll just be everything. Everything.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Sounds real good.
Yeah.
Just working on my idea now.
Just writing down notes.
Yeah,
No,
I'm just
like I say,
continuing
You
it's
see him
like-
on Dragons. You see him on Dragons Den next week.
Like, you're more than welcome to
Uh.
like do your own thing. You know that I have no problems with
Oh
that.
no,
but
no,
it is
no, mate. And to
the
be honest, I'm
amount of
already
work.
waiting.
Yeah, like
Sorry.
it's hard to get it all done, isn't it? Like the amount of work
Yeah.
already doing like job, and then you do YouTube and everything else. It's a lot going in, and then like I said, I've actually had to get 2 more people on board just to cover this because I haven't got time or the skills to do it because there's a lot of like stuff I just don't know.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But no,
Yeah.
obviously, anyway, I was making a website, so but it's
Yeah.
a store. It's not a hub. It's just a store.
Yeah. I mean, I am having merchandise soon. That's coming out very soon. It's in the works. It's in the works. It's happening. It's already happening. So obviously, like Patreon supporters, Jason, you're going to end up with some free merchandise.
Bit of
But there
merch.
will be some merchandise.
listening,
on
Ryan?
the store. Yeah, Ryan.
I know.
You
I was
wait
sat here
next
thinking,
week.
like, to stay quiet. Right, I have the trumpet. you got the isopods for now, and then
Yeah, I get an Antscapes pen or something.
Yeah.
I know I'll have the trumpet now.
Mouse mat.
Yeah, anything like that.
That's actually a
Anything.
best idea.
Yeah. Well, so there's gonna be merch, but I didn't want to be like an ant shop as such. But there is gonna be some things like that. I can't explain it, but yeah, just amazing ideas, and I'm hoping that when you go on it, you're gonna actually enjoy being on the website and actually want to be there. If you know what I mean, not just look at it and be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just another crap website, I'll sign off. It will actually have things that are worth looking at, like fact files and things like that. You know what I mean? I want to go all out with it. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, because stuff like AmpWiki, you go on AmpWiki and things like that, and you look, but it doesn't give you AmpKeep type stuff, does it?
no, not quite. She just doing her own thing at 11:10 at night. Yeah. But
Takes
that's
after her dad.
Evie.
She's a night owl.
Yeah, she is. That's Evie. That's my youngest. Anyone on the stream that doesn't know, she has autism and a few things. So when she goes to sleep is pretty much when we can get her to sleep. She's all right though.
Yeah.
She's just stood there having a drink, playing on her iPad.
That's it.
Yeah.
Kids now are always on iPads.
Oh, and I just seen that we held off until the lockdown. I always said I was never going to get internet and I was never going to get on iPads or anything like that because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Then the lockdown happened and it was like if you didn't have the internet and access to computers, you couldn't do the schoolwork.
Yeah. Oh no, dude. Like
So,
if I look at when I look after my niece and nephew and that, obviously, like it's just a lot easier. I'm saying it like in the sense that it is. Like, they're all on iPads because it's just easier because they're so quiet compared to if they weren't. And if they're not, then they just want your attention constantly.
Oh, dude.
So, yeah.
They're a pain in the backside. I wish I'd never given my son a tablet because it's all he wants to do, at the expense of everything else. Trying to get him interested in doing playing
anything
difficult.
Yeah. I've recently gone through this with my eldest because like that, she just didn't want to do anything, just wanted to lie in bed and watch an iPad all day, every day, watching rubbish on YouTube, which is fine when you're a teenager. But when you're young, well, not even fine, but you know what I mean. When you're young and her age, like I said, like you're banned from now until you start to partake in the family again. Like eat your meals with us. If we want to go, because like we were having like cancel family trips out because she was just refusing to do anything. We said like, you got to do these things when you start being part of the family again and going outside to play with your friends, then you can have it back in the evenings, but you're not living on it because it's ridiculous. It takes over their life, and like, I think at that age, it is important to get outside and fall over a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I still fall over now.
It's been a while, but I've been known to fall over. Once or twice. Right,
if
I'm
you
going to
like.
have to go to bed, guys.
Yeah,
So,
no worries,
Hey,
Jason.
no
Thank you
problem.
very much for
Yeah,
signing on,
thanks for
buddy.
having me on. Good night,
No.
everyone.
It's been
Good to
brilliant.
speak
Good
to you,
night,
man.
buddy.
See you later, buddy.
There we go. Oh, she's okay. I think the wife is
That's
coming
good.
to get her now.
Sorry.
No, that's
Ah,
okay,
okay.
darling.
Come on, out.
No one on the stream minds at all. It's part of it. There we go. And she's gone. Oh, so what else is going on in your world, Ryan? Much? Oh, if anyone else wants to jump on, you're more than welcome. I think I did miss Wacky Ant-Man wanted to come on earlier, and I missed that completely. But if anyone else wants to jump on, I shall put the link in the chat right now, and you're more than welcome to. But yeah, what's going on, Ryan? Much?
No, not much really. Obviously, apart from the daughter keeping us busy. The channel's been a lot slower than I'd liked since then, but obviously, things have to take priority.
Your
but
sub
no,
count's gone through the roof, though, hasn't it?
my sub, what? Sorry.
Your sub count's gone through the roof. You've got like 1.4, 1.5 now.
1.4, yeah. It's nuts though,
that's-
because it's weird. I mean, some days I can get like 8 to 10, and some days I get none or lose one. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I look and I'm like, I've lost 2 overnight. How did that happen? And it's normally after I've been on a stream or something, and I think I offend people, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
but
fun,
I-
hate.
yeah, that's it. I think like when you get to that 1,000 marker, it does start taking off a lot better, doesn't it?
I think what mainly happens is because your channel's been running so long, your videos hit like algorithm over time. Like,
Yes,
I think I've got like a few videos, like maybe there's 4 or 5 that hit like consistent views every day.
Okay.
And like because.
Oh, and Ryan has disappeared. I'm sure he'll come back in a minute. That's completely fine, though, isn't it? You're stuck with me for just a moment. There we go. Make myself a bit more beautiful on the screen. So, yeah, you're more than welcome to jump on if you want to. Antscapes is back. There we go. He's back.
Hey. Sorry, man.
Hey.
I was holding my phone, like wiping my glasses, and I noticed I can hit the refresh button. Anyway.
Yeah.
Just watching things happen.
Oh man,
It's
I'm
not me,
awful with
because I'm so
technology.
clumsy.
You're not clumsy. I'm awful with tech. Honestly, I can't get my head around it most of the time. Well, as we know,
No, I'm the same.
like, so the original part of my stream was lagging really, really badly. Everything was going wrong, and I was super stressed. And my computer was even giving me warnings that the signal was low. I swapped onto the phone, and there was still a little bit of a delay. I'm now back on the computer, and it's completely fine. What is going on?
I think it's because it's like peak time and people on the internet. So I've noticed I was slows down loads on an evening. Like if I'm running my phone stream and like gaming, say like my phone stream, just like you can barely even see the screen on it.
Yeah. I don't
It's
know
just
why.
pixels.
Well, round here we reckon it's down to the weather a lot because we are like in the middle of an island. In the middle of the sea.
Yeah.
We don't really have the best signal for anything, which is surprising because we're not even that far from the mainland, really. Just like I think the causeway is like 2 miles long or something, so we're 2 miles from the mainland. Well, you think that signal would get across? I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it's too bad. It's not too far out.
I'm gonna move my camera for a second because I'm gonna show a bit of what's going on in the nighttime action. So 2 seconds. I am still here chatting. I'll just turn my camera off whilst I move it because you don't want to see the rest of my studio room.
It's all good, man.
There we go. Try and get a good view of it. They go absolutely nuts at night. It's weird because they used to have like a bedtime. They disappear at like 10:30 every night. There we go. And now they just kind of don't. Let's see what's going on in the tank. Hang on, I'm gonna cut you off the screen as well now.
Yeah, no problems, mate.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
we
so
go.
I'm just
look at
wiping the glass in the background, so.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah, Beatles have come out on numbers as well. I need to get in there and get a few of the Beatles out because I think I've got about 12 now.
Really?
I like to keep it about 6 in there, just because if there's too many, it's just not fair on the Beatles, I don't think, or the ants.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do the ants eat them or potentially?
Well, right. So I found one the other day in the corner of the tank that was being eaten by the ants. It was still moving.
Really?
Yeah, but I have I know. I have a feeling it was already dying, and that's why. Because like this, they bully it when it comes to get some food, and it will bugger off. But they're not bothered. They'd much rather go for other things. There's always plenty of food in the tank, so when you see these beetles, it's a constant thing at night. They're constantly trying to get some more food. I might even chuck some more waxworms in just so they've got like their own supply. I normally do. I normally put like a big lump there and then I'll put more around the tank, but by the looks of it, the ants have already claimed the other ones as well, so I might have to feed. I'll probably put more in later tonight or first thing in the morning, just to give them a chance as well. And the vampire crabs love waxworms.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they literally tear them to pieces with their claws, like rip them in half.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. So, yeah. The baby vampire crabs are like almost the size of the adults now.
Oh wow, okay.
That's so fast. Yeah, so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long ago it was, a couple of months, if that. And literally, like Mr. Krabs is the largest, then there's the other one which looks like him, and then there's the camouflage one. Now they're the three adults. If you saw these new babies next to them, you'd probably get confused with you know what I mean? Yeah, they're that big. It's really blew my mind, to be honest.
Yeah, that's crazy how fast though. That's cool. It just means you're gonna have more, obviously, reproducing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they inbreed though, like because technically they're brothers and sisters. Will it cause an issue now? I don't know. The problem is there's not an awful lot of research done on the vampire crabs so far.
Yeah.
Well,
you could be the guy who does it.
Well, yeah. Hopefully. There is a bit. There is a bit. Like people have been keeping them in captivity more, and there is a bit, but it's not like the ant keeping community where there's a lot of us doing it, and I don't know. Lots of people have different ideas on how to look after them and things like that. And to be honest, like I think a lot of what I know from ant keeping and building the bioreactor setups like that has helped, because a lot of what I found is they don't know the ins and outs building a bioreactor setup, if you know what I mean, adding that water section, and then they normally come back and like, oh no, it's flooded the whole thing. It's, I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, for some reason the water's gone super stagnant. I didn't even put a pump in. Yeah,
it's that sort of thing.
Why is the water gone weird? Yeah, but no, I guess like anyone starts somewhere. I guess, and I've made a lot of mistakes this last year on my channel, and I like to show all of them just because obviously that's how, well, I guess so the people watching don't have to go through it. And, I've already made the mistakes, so.
No, you're 100% right. Oh, it's that time again when my advertisement banners just come up.
That's cool. Just set timers on them or something.
I have got a bit, it's kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Well, it is really cool, actually. Like I say, it's been amazing answer us sorting that out with us. Good bit of funding for the streams, and that's going to pay for broadband and things like that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's going to massively help. So it was just a little idea I had again. You're welcome to steal it, but I'm getting in it first.
Steal it. Steal it, no doubt. My idea now.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I say all my ideas, like they're not. It's not stealing because you're welcome to take them. You know. Like,
Oh no, the same goes, man. Same goes.
And to
Like I was
be
saying earlier,
honest-
like, you still get frogs.
yeah, that's it. But to be honest, like you've probably had most of the same ideas I've had. Like you just haven't acted on it yet. You know what I mean? Like same with you and me. Like about the frogs. Like you got the frogs before me, but I'm still gonna get frogs. Don't matter, does it? Doesn't matter.
Still my ideas.
Still you. Yeah.
The Indian stick insects have started to breed. I've
Oh,
got
wow.
baby Indian stick insects.
Yeah, you're gonna have thousands. I had 6 and I had like over 1,000 in the end.
What in your setup now?
Yeah. Like in this setup here, I've currently got 4 that I've managed to track. Upstairs, I've got 2 setups with about 500 in each.
Gosh.
Yeah. Like they outgrew the one setup, and that's when I stuck some in this tank. Was like, oh crap, and then they just kept going. Problem is, I went with a bioactive setup, so there was no way of like population control with the eggs. They just hatched, and there was everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
How many does they lay in like one batch?
Each adult can lay up to 300 eggs, and they don't really batch lay. They're more like ants. They just lay like one after another as the day goes on.
Yeah, I see.
It's 3. So if you've got like 300 eggs from how many sticks you got?
I only got 3.
3. So you could end up with 1,000 or close to 1,000 still potentially.
Oh well. Okay.
You'll be all right. So what I did was I waited for them to have their first molt, and then I boxed them up. Not straight away, but I basically sent out a letter to all the schools and local nurseries and things, and said, if you can get an enclosure, I'm more than happy to tell you how to look after them. I'll donate you them, so you can have them in the school. You know, you can show your classes and things like that. And quite a few of the local schools took them on, and like it's really cool. Like, yeah, I think I miss things like that. We never had it in my school. We had dreams of it, and you hear of like people with like class hamsters and stuff. Why not stick insects?
Yeah. I think it's probably because like people assume they're really hard to care for.
Yeah, that's it. But once you explain, like they're really easy, and like I think they made it like a weekly treat for the kids. Is some of the kids from my class will go out and collect the new leaves and stuff like that, and they made a big event out of it, so they can teach every different class about it and spark that interest in the outside and nature again, which I think is really cool.
No, that's a great idea. Definitely.
Yeah.
Literally, as I was talking about it, there's a stick insect on the glass.
There you go. So yeah, if you ever
like
get stuck with them, just do something like that. Like think who could benefit from them, you know?
Yeah, they are super cool.
They are. I've looked at getting some different species of them now and some leaf insects, just because I think, although they're cool, they're a little bit kind of mundane, like the Indian ones. I want to get something a bit more bright and
Oh yeah, they're definitely like fairly
spectacular.
plain looking, aren't they? Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
Which is fine. They are
So
loud.
when are we? They're what, loud?
Yeah, have you ever noticed how loud they are when they're eating?
Oh no.
No? Oh, wow. You want to just
No.
sit there. Like, to be fair, like, I quite often sit in a completely quiet room and just watch the ants
Yeah.
because I don't, you know. And then you can just hear, num, No, just a little clicky sound, and I worked that out. It was them eating.
Was
Yeah,
it? That is
And
typical.
that beetle in the middle currently has ants all over him. Oh
have a
dear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right in the middle there. He's covered in ants. He don't care. He's getting some waxworm. Oh no! Now he's off. Now he's off.
Yeah. I've noticed that they'll just push their luck until they get bitten away.
Yeah, that's it. They'll get like a nasty bite on their leg or something, and they're like, "All right, I've had enough of this. Done with that."
Yeah. This ain't no fun.
Yeah. Which I can't blame them. I mean, I can tell the Polyrhacus aren't trying to kill them though, because they don't even like use their spray or they don't use the acid at all. They just give them a quick nip, like get away from our food.
Yeah, definitely. Like I've saw isopods like run off with the rugger nose like latched onto its leg. It just runs off and then lets go and comes back to the sugar. It's just like, right, okay.
Like so,
just latches on.
The other day I was sat here and there was a Polyrhacus carrying a dead worker towards the pond like they always do. Walked past an isopod. The cheeky bugger just like literally ripped the dead ant out of the other ant's hands, like antenna or whatever. And then they like went into this wrestling match between this dead ant. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And the isopod won. He got the dead ant and just legged it as fast as you could see. Like, it's funny as hell. They are
I think it's because
devious.
they're quite. Yeah, they are, and they're also like they're actually very aggressive.
Yeah,
You
very
wouldn't think
aggressive,
it, but they are.
especially towards each other.
Yeah. You always see them fighting each other.
Yeah, which is weird. Like when you see woodlice outside, you don't expect it.
No, that's right. It's weird. Probably because normally food's probably limited, like in the wild, so they have like a built-in instinct.
Yeah,
So,
it's
because
weird.
they can survive on very little.
Yes, very little, but then they do like to have a lot as well.
Yeah. If they want
Which
to be
is-
fatties, they can be fatties.
Yeah. But to be honest, I think ants are the same. Quite often, I think people overfeed their ants, like especially in the early stages. I think it's just, I don't know. You know what I mean? You get too into feeding them routinely, and they don't need it. Even though you can, like, obviously there is power feeding, but there's a time and a place for that. I think in those early stages, you're just too eager to keep giving them more and more food, and it's just like, just give them a minute to process what they've got.
Yeah. Just chill out.
Yeah. I know. I used to do it. I used to, like, when I first started, when I was like 18, I was like, oh, I'm going to feed them this. Now I'm going to feed them this. And what happens if I feed them this? And it's like, that's fine, but do it over the space of a couple of weeks.
Yeah. But I think everyone kind of does that in a way that like they're wanting to make sure they're okay and everyone worries.
Yeah.
But no, there's definitely
they
some
can
cool
go,
things.
as long as they've got water, they can go a long time without food.
Yeah. Do you always leave constant sugar out for yours?
For the Polyrhacus, I do. For the larger colonies, I always have sugars in. But when they're in smaller, like, founding stage still, I only give them sugars twice a week and protein once a week. And that way they can, like, they eat the sugars, they process the sugars, and hopefully have sort of empty social stomachs by the time the protein comes around. Then they use the protein up, and then they're back on the carbs. I think at this stage as well, is like, or the founding stage, it's more important to give them carbs than protein. Yeah, the protein's going to help build the brood and all of that lot, but the carbs is what they're going to be using for energy, making the nest and running about and doing all of that lot. So I don't know. I mean, you could probably get away with one feed of each week. I think that's what Amy did with her Lasius nigers, which absolutely kicked ass. So, at that stage, I think the least food, they don't need mass amounts of food.
Yeah, I can't remember who did it, but someone, I think it was Hood, made a video on how you can actually overfeed them with protein.
Yeah, I think that might have been JB actually, the
Was it
colonialist.
JB?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because you can poison them, can't you? if the protein like goes bad in their stomach because it's been there for too long, it can actually poison them completely and kill off the colony.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
which
didn't know that.
yeah isn't cool at all. I'm just looking in the chat. They're talking about Mesobarbarus. I was wanting to do a natural setup for my Mesobarbarus, but I decided against it in the end. I've left them where they are. They're fine. And if they're not fine, I'll move it in a couple of weeks. I'm in the process of sorting out a couple of tanks, but I'm worried that the tank I've got is too small. And if the colony actually does well, I'd have to like dig them out within a few months. You know, what's the point?
Oh, is that your Polyrachis?
No, the Mesobarbarus.
Ah, okay, I see. Yeah,
Like
I
they're
would love a
currently
Mesobarbarus, but
they're currently living in 2 test tubes and using a nest as a rubbish dump. In a outworld section, you know, doing really well. I thought they'd be at around 50 workers. They're still about 20, but that's fine. They've just been in diapause, whatever. But there's definite signs that they're digging, even though there's like less than a millimeter of substrate. They're looking for a place to dig. They're wandering around the outworld, not really looking like they've got something to do. And to me, that looks like it's time to find them a better place to live. But like I said, I just don't have something suitable at the minute. Not large enough, I don't think.
Yeah, I guess you could do like a bigger tubs and tubes setup or something.
Yeah, I could. I think it's just the wrong environment for them. I think they do much better in the natural humidity and whatnot, because like, I'm trying to keep it humid in the outworld, but it's just a bloody nightmare, to be honest. Without some kind of like deeper water, if you know what I mean, rather than just surface water, because obviously in a natural setup it soaks in, doesn't it? Whereas in this, there's literally like a millimeter of substrate and then it's soaked. Like you've got a puddle before you've got enough water.
Yeah. Plus, they store seeds as well, so you'd have to have a place that
you have to have a dry area as well. Yeah. See, now the tank that my bullet ants are in was originally going to be for Mesobarbarus, but they weren't at the right stage to put them in it, so they lost out.
Okay.
But that's the sort of size I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I might be getting a few larger tanks these coming weeks. Anyways, I'm looking at a couple of Exoterras and things like that. Just something different, like for the builds, because Exoterras are really cool for their height, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. You can build a lot of height with them.
Yeah, on the back.
And like, sorry, like work with the height, you know.
Yeah. They're like, because it's in a tank, like if you build up, then obviously you're building up to the escape route. So like having the doors at the front, it just changes the ability of it, you know. To me, it does anyways.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, mine's going all right. This River Creek, I'm really happy with it.
It looks amazing.
Thanks, man.
No, it really does.
Like,
yeah, like that is one thing I always find is the moss either does really well or it goes great and just dies off within a few weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
there's like no in between.
No, not at all. And like you can have like completely the same environment. You look after it the same. You're keeping it wet and whatnot, and then it just for no reason goes. I don't know. They don't like being transplanted. Sometimes I find like some plants, some mosses just don't like moving.
Yeah.
Like I'm waiting to like. Go on, sorry.
No, so I was going to say I tend to like take a lot of like what's with it. So like. You know, if it's on a tree branch, I'll try and take the branch it's on, you know. So like it's in because obviously that's where they've grown well. So I try and
that's
take
it.
As much as I can, really.
Yeah. See, I was just about to say I'm waiting to repot all my plants that need repotting because it's like it's the wrong time of year. Even though they're in a tropical environment and it's all whatever, it's still the wrong time of year, in my opinion, to be repotting plants. I don't want to take the risk and kill off my entire stock that I've been working on.
Yeah,
it would happen because that's just like my luck. I break everything.
Clumsy hands.
Yeah,
I've got a grow out tank, but there's not much in there, to be honest.
a grow out tank, like the plants have all grown out of the tops, or
Oh no, like it's like the same size Exoterra as the river one, but I keep all my spare plants in there with like water in it,
okay, yeah,
so they get ready to that for the submerged roots water stage before I head them into that environment type of thing. So
that's quite ingenious. Yeah, I use all sorts of different areas for growing plants. I actually grow some in the dubia roach setup because they don't eat plants.
oh really? That's
Yeah,
cool.
they kind of just hang out on them. So, like, obviously, their droppings are great fertilizer and things like that. So, anything,
Definitely,
you know, yeah, it's a great place to grow plants. I thought so, anyways. Only little ones. I like start seedlings off in there and stuff, and then I move them into pots when they're slightly bigger.
Yeah, I normally just take cuttings, but
yeah,
and it's obviously inexpensive. It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean that money plant I've got, I've literally got about 100 money plants off it. Like, I haven't even tried either. I haven't taken any cuttings or anything. It's just grown and grown and grown, and it's
that's cool.
Yeah, it is. I like it as well because they're really easy to like kind of care for. You don't need to do a lot for it, and you can tell when they're going, when they're not doing well. You know, you can act really fast and bring them back. I've got some more sensitive plants, and they're just a bloody nightmare, to be honest. I've got one that, like, if you water it too much, it will die. If you don't water it enough, it will die. If it doesn't get enough sun, it will die. And if you keep it in the shade, it will die.
And if it's got too much sun on, then not enough sun, it'll die.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, okay, well, what do I do with this thing? And it's like on the weirdest light cycles and stuff like that. And it's really hard to look after. It's harder than some of my ants. Yeah, and it's a nightmare. Like, I like the easier plants.
Yeah, me too. I know this Trade Century is like super easy, no matter what SP you get. Like, it's just as long as it's humid and the roots are wet, then that's it.
Yeah. So originally I got it to go around the pond, but I thought it would look really weird in the sort of tropical environment in the end.
Okay. Can they be grown like root submerged? I'm sure they can. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, not too submerged, but like around the pond, sort of dry air.
Yeah.
In the banks of it as such.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I've got a few spare plants actually. We could like take trims of each other's plants and send them to each other.
Yeah, we definitely could. I mean, I've just managed to get a good what's it called? String of Hearts. Have you seen String of Hearts before?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taken me ages to actually get one going properly, but this one's doing really well. So you're welcome to have cuttings of that. I just think it's a really nice, different type of ivy hanging plant.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's real cool. Definitely, yeah.
Cool.
If they're going.
Yeah. Well, I'll take cuttings of all of them for you. I've got so many different plants.
Yeah, me too. I've even got some, begonias, like polka dot.
Yeah.
Some of those. They're pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Brilliant.
I've got some of them for you. No. Well, like, everyone is in chat. Like, everyone in chat, if you've got loads of plants, we all just send loads to each other, and then we'll have millions of different plants.
Yeah.
That would literally be the best way.
That is like what it's all about. Everyone should do that anyways, like that's what.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I got most of my plants. People have been like, "Oh, I've got this better, and you can have this cutting," or even places where I've been like, "I really like your plant. Let me take some of it." And they're like, "What?" Yeah, I like plants too. Let me take your plant.
Yeah. See that cutting there? That looks perfect to start my own.
Yeah, and they're like, really? Like, yeah, like just because I look like this doesn't mean I don't like plants. You get some of the looks I get. I tell people about the ants, and they're like ants, and then I'm like, yeah, I like plants as well. I grow all my plants, and I build
plants and ants and plants.
Yeah, and they're like, but what? I'm like, yeah, I'm a really nice, sensitive guy. I'm really, really sensitive. Really.
I have a sweetheart.
Yeah, exactly. And like you, everyone laughs. It's like, I have feelings too. They're just wrapped under layers of muscle. Dear, oh dear.
Oh, one's for you saying he's got a colony of. What you saying you've got there? Oh, Mr. Barbarous. Nice. 200 worker colony.
Oh, 200 workers, that's a nice colony. Ant Holliver's got a mad colony on Massa, isn't he? He's like in the thousands. I don't think I've
I
seen
think
it.
it was like,
Like, I haven't seen the whole setup. I've seen bits of it, but I don't think I've seen the whole setup.
I think it's in like 4 nests and then a huge outworld.
Fair.
He travelled like however many miles to get him, didn't he? Something crazy.
Yeah, I did hear that actually. He went and got him from a friend or something, which is cool. I've said to a few people if they get stuck, I'm more than happy to take their colonies. I don't mean it like that, but in a nice way, you know.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm a refuge centre. Well, I did put a thing up on Facebook a while back, like just before Christmas. Like, well, if anyone needs to clear any space, I will take over like any tanks that you're getting rid of and things like that. Happy to recycle your tanks.
Yeah, I guess you could like just say you take animals in as refuge, and some people might reach out. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, less so on the ant front, but it's like the interview I did just last Sunday with Pershit Oxalots. I don't know if you caught that one. She does like a rescue centre for bearded dragons and all sorts of things like that. And
that's really nice.
She gets loads. Yeah, that's why I wanted her on the show, because it's like, although it's not ants, it's the message she's given out is amazing. You know.
Yeah.
She'll go out and like she'll get a phone call and like it'd be like, can you take this animal, whatever, and she'll go and do the research of what the animal needs while she's going to get it. You know, she does her best for all the sick animals with like disabilities and things like that. So it's a really great kind of setup, really great message, and she does it all on her own. She's not like a big company. She hasn't got a premises or funding or anything like that. It's just her doing what she's passionate about. So I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. No, mate, that is super nice.
Yeah, there's not enough of it. Not enough of it, because like with bearded dragons, there's so many bearded dragons that are just unwanted. Like people get them on a whim, can't look after them or like make them ill, and because they can be really expensive as well. Bearded dragons, if they get ill, they're really expensive to care for.
Oh no, they are. I think like vets are always super expensive.
Oh yeah,
but,
vets are.
Yeah, but no, they are expensive to buy, and probably I guess when they're quite big, they'll be expensive to keep as well.
Yeah,
just to have them.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
How many feeders to go through?
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, my bill for food is insane, so I couldn't have bearded dragons as well.
So how many ant colonies have you got now?
32 ant colonies that are like active. I've got another 6 that are just queens. So what's that? 38 colonies in total, and I'm thinking about another 12.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm absolutely crazy, and obviously,
I keep up with all the maintenance.
Well, I don't sleep a lot. We'll say that. Right.
Sleep's overrated.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I've always said it. Like, if I'm awake, I'm doing something. From the minute I wake up at like 5 a.m. till the minute I go to bed at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I am busy non-stop.
Yeah.
I will nap throughout the day. Like, don't get me wrong, I do get tired, and sometimes I just drop down and have a nap. Then I'll wake up and I'll work again. And when I say work, I mean I'm either doing my anting, I'm training, I'm doing something. My mind's always busy, you know. Even when I'm like sat, like if I'm on an actual break from whatever work I might be doing, I'll get on the phone and I'll be doing more work. You know, it never stops. So there's always time. You make time. You know, exactly. If you enjoy something, you make time for it. Yeah.
Being a bit
go on.
No, sorry, I was just I've been a bit like good with how little time I've had with like my channel, but obviously with Willow, it's been like an
Mate,
adjustment, I
kids-
guess.
Yeah, kids like you say, adjusting to it. Once you
Yeah,
get into the swing of it, you'll come back with a passion. You know,
yeah,
it's one of them things. Like, especially at the minute, like without being harsh, you're probably really super excited to spend time with your kid. And
oh
you know,
no, definitely, yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
So the Ant channel comes second to that all the way.
Oh yeah.
When give it a couple of years or even a year, and you'll be fed up. You know what I mean? Like,
Novelty will wear off.
yeah, it definitely will, and that's coming from a parent of 3. Like, the novelty does wear off, and that sounds a bit harsh, but it does. Like, and then you kind of get back into the normality of living with a kid, and then everything else comes back. Then, you know, trying to maintain your normal routines whilst adding in a child to the mix just won't happen, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It drives you
Oh,
crazy.
definitely. I know. I always say, like, you always need to do your own thing
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
because you will literally go mental if you don't.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I've always said if I need to take time off, I will just take time off. I'm quite lucky. I always try and stay like a video or 2 ahead of what's coming out, if you know what I mean. So if I do need
Yeah,
to
that's good.
relax, I can. And then you end up stressing because it's the day before the video is meant to be coming out and it's not ready.
Yeah, mate. Like the video I posted today, because I've been so busy. Like I finished that video an hour before I uploaded it.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I've got 4 videos that I'm currently working on, but I promised that I would do like an update of all my colonies before the end of the month. So I was like, oh crap, scrap all of them, do this one, film it on the spot, and edit. And I had it out the same day I filmed it.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, I need to do like an and room tour. That's what I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just taking me forever to get all the footage.
Yeah, I mean, I attempted it 2 times to like get really nice shots and footage and all of that, and then I just thought, screw it, I'm just going to go in raw. And I went in and I talked about each colony whilst holding it, which I don't normally do. I normally like overlay my voice on top, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this is probably the best way, because I can actually, whilst talking, I can show you what I'm talking about. And if I get lost in what I never talk, you know, rather than. And I thought it went quite well, actually. It was a decent video. Have you watched it?
No.
If you haven't, just skip through to like the honey pots, because I turned the flashlight on and they're in a Tar Heel nest and you get to see all the repeats. There's only 3 of them.
That's
pretty
cool. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah,
I do love those that species. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like I think they're almost as big as they will get, because they're European honey pots. They're not going to get as full size as the other ones, but I don't know. I might be wrong. Obviously, you can't really tell how big the repeats will get because they just fill until they can't fill anymore.
That's pretty cool, though.
It is. It's awesome, and like, obviously, I feed them on red liquids, so they show up bright red.
Yeah, I'd be doing like loads of different colours, me, just to make them like a rainbow.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if that would happen though, because it's a mix. It would just turn like a muddy. You know, when you're a kid and you're like, mix this color with this color and this color, it just turns into like shit color.
No, I mean like you just like put different types of sugar and not like mix them all into one. Because I know what you mean. It ends up going like a horrible pooey color.
Yeah,
I mean, like just putting them like separately.
Yeah, fair enough. Give like one ant red, one ant blue, and like get them to stand in the line in the right order. That would be a hell of a good video.
Yeah, that would be cool.
If you could do that, that's like the best.
I'd be a wizard.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. I bet you someone could do it. Some Chinese guy would probably do it.
Yeah, they're always like awesome videos, aren't they? Like,
yeah, have you seen some of their videos? Like, not necessarily Chinese guys, but like some people which aren't necessarily like ant YouTubers. They just get these awesome ant videos out of nowhere. I'm like, how did you do that? My ants don't do that.
How come his ants are doing backflips?
Yes, yeah, exactly like that. If I
That's
could-
funny.
oh dear. I've sat down several times lately, put my musician hat on, and tried writing an ant song. It is the hardest thing in my life.
Oh, we should write one together.
Yeah, yeah.
funny.
Can you write?
Yeah. I used to
Yeah,
write.
there you go.
And I used to write for folk, blues, that type of thing.
Oh,
I
perfect.
still do. I do poetry as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember
mainly
the
started
poetry
from
actually
poetry.
from last time. Yeah, I've never really, well, I write songs, but I never really wrote the songs. I was more the backing track as a drummer. Like they would come to
Okay,
me
I
with
see.
the lyrics, and I'd put a song to it. So I'm a little bit stuck, but I'm determined to make an ant song because there isn't any good. There's like the ants go marching 2 by 2 and rubbish like that, but there's no good ant songs. Like we need a good ant.
Yeah. We need like a hip hop one.
Well, I was thinking like a really crap cheesy one, like the Baby Shark, that's gonna like go viral and baby and do. No, it doesn't quite work, does it? But
No.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know.
Now we've got Baby Shark in my head.
Oh
Right.
mate, Baby Shark's awful. Have you seen all the other ones they do?
Yeah, different versions.
Yeah, like my
Yeah.
kids love them all, and we listen to like Russian Baby Shark and all sorts of stuff as well. Yeah,
Diverse.
yeah, my youngest one, because she doesn't talk, like languages is nothing to her. If it sounds good, she'll listen to it. So she listens to like all these different languages and it just, loves it. But
Yeah, that's cool.
quite often she'll be sat there listening to Russian and we're just like, okay, that's out of our league.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh dear. Right, let's not get into Russia because they're getting scary at the minute.
They've always been scary, Russia.
Well, yeah, that's very true. I've always said if we go to war with Russia, I'm moving to Russia.
I'm becoming a Russian citizen.
Yeah, definitely. My God, I don't want to get bombed. Thing is, right, I literally live 3-minute walk from one of the biggest naval, well, not naval, but one of the biggest ports in the country. It's like one of 3 deep water ports on the south coast, and it's the deepest,
Oh,
I
wow.
think. Yeah,
That's cool.
and the whole, like half the island was owned by the Navy during the war and the leading up and after, So I'm
Yeah.
sure if we went to war with Russia, I'd be number 1 target. Not
To get
just
you
Russia.
first.
Yeah, not just Russia. If we went to war with anyone, they'd be pretty stupid if they didn't blow up Portland, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
We
They
have
tried to.
go on.
Sorry. No, I was going to say they actually tried to blow up Middlesbrough back in the
Yeah.
Second World War because we had the biggest area for steel industry
Yeah,
in
yes,
England.
we
So
did,
they tried
yeah.
to
Wow.
bomb us, yeah. And they put lights on a different. They put them on Essen Hills and they blew up the wrong place.
Yeah.
Yeah. They turned all
Brilliant.
the lights off at the plant and put them on Essen Hills and they bombed the wrong place.
See, Portland got bombed massively during the war because it is such a strategic location and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, we're literally like on a clear day, you can almost see France.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
we're about 2 hours away from Cherbourg or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, so their guns could almost fire at us from the other shore. In fact, they did have guns which could fire from the other shore. But we got bombed massively during the war. But we get like nuclear submarines and stuff parking just down the hill from us.
Oh
the
wow.
way the island works, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it is just a massive hill. And at the top is all the quarries, and at the bottom is all the Navy stuff, basically, and all the boats. We get my house is like on a cliff overhanging the Navy bit, basically. And we got a
Yeah.
letter come through saying, if you hear a siren, stay in your house until someone tells you what to do. It's like, mate, if I hear a siren, I know I'm already dead. There's a nuclear like bomb or something going on. Like, my house is literally within the zone, like the red area. Like, I'm screwed. Like, oh dear. I'm going
That's
feral
nuts.
ghoul. I'm going to go feral ghoul. Fallout style, right?
Might gain powers.
Yeah, oh mate, yeah. You never know. I might turn like, I don't know, super strong. Maybe
Okay,
that's
so
what I
that's the
need to do.
question.
Go on.
What if you could have a superpower? What would it be?
Okay, I thought long and hard about this once. My perfect answer is to know what to say all the time. Like the perfect thing to say all the time to be able to use the
Ah,
situation properly. You know what I mean?
that's
Because the
cool.
amount of times, like, I think, oh, I wish I had said that, or oh, I wish I had, like, articulated myself better. You know what I mean? You can get,
Yeah, I get you.
and like,
Huh.
yeah. And then you could walk up to someone and just be like, you could say something that triggers something in their mind that instantly, like, oh, I'll give you a discount on
It
that
makes
because you're
them laugh,
awesome.
or
Yeah, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, you can
like,
take it
like
back.
you're on Skyrim and your speech is 100.
Yeah, exactly. From like day one. Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
What
No, I
about
get you.
you? What about you?
I haven't thought about it as much actually. The power to have every power? No, nothing. I'd probably go with flying,
Yeah, okay.
being able to fly, or the ability to like speak to all animals and speak all the languages. Basically, like I can speak to anything and talk to anything and communicate to it. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Wakushi said, "What if someone snipes you?" Yeah, if someone snipes me, I'm screwed anyways. Like, unless like my one power's bulletproofness, I'm pretty sure sniper would get me. Like, yeah, I thought about flying, but the way things are going, like you'd probably get hit by a drone.
You'd be doomed either way.
Yeah, like there's too much traffic in the sky for flying superheroes these days.
Superman's put out of a job now.
Yeah. You know, you're stuck in traffic, can't get through all the drones and things. Too many propellers.
My eyes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, all right, invincibility is a good one, but I don't know if I'd want to be invincible because then you'd have people running up to kick you and stuff, like trying to hurt you all the time just to see if it is.
Yeah, I just
Like,
wouldn't
stop
tell anyone if I
shooting
was
me.
invincible.
Stop shooting me in the back.
Yeah. Like, will you stop shooting me? Yeah.
It's not going to kill me, but it still sucks.
Yeah, but then you'd outlive everyone, wouldn't you? If you
Yeah,
could like
that's
choose
true.
an age to become invincible, like say you were like, oh well, I want to be say 25 because that's like
22.
a good age.
I was
22.
good age at 22.
Right. Okay. So we'll say 22.
Yeah.
You know, everyone would be dying around you, and then all your family would be gone. You'd be like, oh, okay, just me.
Yeah. So that's like that Highlander film, isn't it? Like everyone he knew had, like passed on and died, and yeah, immortal, not invincible. Okay. So not immortal, but invincible. So you still die of old age, but you can't die of anything else. See, I used to think I was pretty invincible. I got hit by 3 different cars. Not once did I die.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
That's
by
a
the
good
time-
track record.
By the time I was 18, I'd been ran over 3
Did you
times.
get it?
Yes, I did get it. Yeah.
But yeah, that is nuts. I'm touching wood here, but I've never been hit by a car. I know I'm gonna go hit by a bus.
Yeah, don't do that, man.
No, I mean like because I've said that I'll get jinxed, won't I? Because I said,
Yeah.
I haven't been hit by a car. Yeah,
Whack.
yeah.
Yeah, that's normally the way. Oh dear. Oh right, I am gonna call it a night in a minute because it's gone midnight now, and I gotta be up
Yeah,
early.
no problems, man. Yeah, me too, man. I'm just I've been working in the background anyway, so it's been good. But good to chat to you, mate, and thank you very much for having me.
Always good to chat to you, buddy. Like I say,
you
I've
too,
got lots coming up. I'm hoping to get you on again in February if you're up for it.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. If you're free to chat, like I don't know how busy you are, but I'll be jumping over to my 24/7 one, and if you want to hop over and chat as well, that'd be cool. You know, if you've got time, but yeah. Sweet, man. Thanks for having me, dude.
No worries. Wakushi's just saying, but why am I always getting hit by cars? Right, right. So the first one,
That's
the first
true.
one,
That's
yeah.
true.
It's not my fault, right? The first one was I had my headphones in, as you do as a teenager. I stepped out in the road to go round a lady with a pram. Whack! The car came from behind me and just took me out, ran over my leg completely. Luckily, they were really nice and they got out and were like, "Oh, you're okay." And they got me in the back of their car and I went into shock and I threw up over their neck. So I got my own back. Yeah, that was horrible. The second one, it was like literally he came round the corner like without looking as I was crossing the road, and I went up on the bumper. It was fine, not even a bruise. And then the third one, we never really knew what happened, but like the guy drove up on the curb where I was walking and hit me from behind at like 20 odd mile an hour and just drove away.
What?
Yeah, and
So he like drive by, hit you, and drove off.
Yeah,
But he did it on
literally.
purpose. So he mounted the curb on purpose to hit you and then drive off.
Yeah,
What?
literally. Yeah, and we never knew nothing about it. The police investigated it, couldn't find any CCTV or anything. It was
That's
weird.
nuts.
Yeah, but I rolled over the bonnet. I landed like head first on the curb, stood up, and I was fine. Just really, really lucky.
Yeah, that is very lucky. But hey, I need a hero.
Yeah, that's it. I've always said, like, you either like me or you hate me, and I suppose someone hated me.
Even though they didn't know you, they just saw you and went, right, that's it. It's because you were leaning as you were walking. They were like, oh, that guy's going to lean.
Walking with a slant, like, oh, what's he look like? Yeah, yeah, probably. Cheers for that, man.
Sorry, man, I didn't mean it like that. Because you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, that only happened, like, my shoulder only happened probably when I was about 25, it started getting worse.
Yeah.
Whilst I've been boxing, basically, because the punches to the shoulder just haven't helped.
Yeah.
But when I was hit by the car, I was like, that one was like 16, 17 years old. So that perfect age where you bounce off everything.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, right, I'm going to go now. It's been lovely to speak to you, mate. And I shall catch up with you again soon.
You too, man. Much love, mate. Have a good night.
See you later, buddy.
See you in a bit, buddy. Bye.
And thank you to everybody else for signing on. It's been an absolutely spectacular night again. We've been on for 3.5 hours. That's probably a record for us. I don't know. But it's been brilliant. Amazing chat. Thank you all for joining us. I can't appreciate you enough. Like I said before, if you're interested in getting some advertisement up on this stream, check out the Patreon. You can get a banner put on the stream. You can get a video put in and a few other things. Massive thank you to Answer Us for already contributing towards this and supporting the Ants on a Rock, Ant Corner, Picnic Table stream, whatever it is that this is becoming, just supporting us all the way and helping us grow into these new areas that I think are really going to benefit the whole ant keeping community. Like, as you know, I just want to do my best for the community, help joining everyone up and fill in those gaps which are currently being missed. And I think I can achieve this better now I've got a bit more of that support behind me. So if you want to help support, check out the perks, give me a little message, we'll have a chat. Don't forget, we've got Ants Antics and possibly Wakushi if he has time. I know he's a very busy man. Coming on the 26th, which is Wednesday. That's super, super, super exciting. And then next Sunday, we have Answer Us joining us. So that's going to be really exciting as well. Really super exciting to get all these ant stores on. They can all advertise their little hearts out. But it's going to be brilliant to hear about the AntCon from Ants Antics and possibly Wakushi if he joins us. We're all super excited to hear about AntCon, and it's going to be big news. So any little sneak previews that they've got for us are going to be greatly appreciated. But I'm going to shut up now. I'll leave you all to it. It has gone midnight here in the UK. But it's been an absolutely fantastic night, and thank you again for joining me. But as always from me, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans.